we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. A day for their disease. Just like a weed spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Rip gods into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make great.
All right, guys, let's get this party started. If you want a reading, be sure and visit my stand store. It is linked in the description below. And as always, we have a fair use, a disclaimer. As you come in, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share the video if you like it. Let's get it going. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Astrology for Mystics with Jen. I'm your host. I am Jen. Thank you so much for being here. Two-stepping, Cinderella, Witchy Mama, Jill and Jeff and Seth, Cinderella. Hey, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be talking about Layla Santanello, who is still missing from Kingsport, Tennessee. 3 years, too long. And finally, there's an update. There's an update. And the update is tragic. Absolutely tragic. I want to share this with you guys. I want to share this with you guys because I think it definitely matters. I think it definitely matters in the grand scheme of things what they are saying here, what the detective is saying here. Not that, 3 years, there's been a lot of rumors. Most of the rumors, when you are dealing with someone with addiction, with active addiction, the rumor mill runs rampant with, you know, oh, uh, you know, unaliving by, uh, you know, addiction. You know what addiction does? It ruins people's lives. Absolutely ruins people's lives. And for this young woman, beautiful woman, little kid, little toddler, the chances are great. The chances are really great that she is no longer with us. But without proof, without, her remains, the family still has no closure. It is still the same, even with this update. But I want to share this update with you guys, okay? And we're going to get into the case a little bit. We're going to look at the map, and I'm going to give you guys some dates to watch different people because this case, as you guys know, has been really dear to my heart. I mean, Jeff and I went out there. I've went out there by myself in my little red car looking for Layla, using my hotspots to look for Layla. One of the hotspots was not ever checked. And we're going to be getting into that again. I've got the panel that, I'm opening up for anybody that wants to join to talk about Layla, to talk about these missing kids in Tennessee. Not a good track record at all. Absolutely not a good track record. I've got a lot of maps for children that are still missing out of this state. And the TBI, the local law enforcement, they've got to do something different to get different results. Absolutely. And I'm pretty pissed off about it. Every time a new year comes around with one of these kids that is still missing, it just makes me even more upset. It's like, when are we going to do something different to get different results? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So I'm going to share the screen. Okay. We're going to listen to the update that is really not a huge update at all, as far as I'm concerned. But it is possible that GJ, Layla's dad, and her bonus mom will come into this live at some point. Maybe they'll come up on panel. Who knows? Who knows? They do have 3 kids or 4 kids. So let's listen to this.
Tomorrow marks 3 years since 20-year-old Layla Santanello disappeared from Kingsport, but her family's search for answers has never stopped. Good evening. I'm Casey Getz.
And I'm Kristen Kwan. Tonight, I spoke with Layla's mother as she marks this painful anniversary and also learned new details from the lead investigator about what police believe happened in the hours after Layla was last seen. It's been 3 years since Layla Santanello was last seen in Kingsport, but for her mother, Jennifer, time hasn't eased the pain or silenced the questions.
I want my baby back. I want to wrap my arms around her. I will never stop looking.
It was originally reported that Layla was last seen in June of 2023 after leaving the AmeriCorps Hotel near Eastone Drive. Surveillance video captured her walking barefoot through the area before she vanished.
I was expecting her to eventually call and tell me what was going on.
Now, police are revealing new details.
And that's, to your knowledge, the last time anybody has seen her.
No.
So there has been sightings after that.
There has. It took about 6 months, but we got in December of that year, we got a fairly significant break.
Corporal William Clare says through thousands of interviews, subpoenas, and search warrants, they believe a small group of people spent the day with Layla after she left the AmeriCorps and know where she is.
We're not positive how she got to her location, but she did meet up with a group of people at another location in the city of Kingsport and spent the evening with them. And then eventually she died based on the evidence I've collected at this point.
And Corporal Claire has a strong message.
Based on the evidence that he's collected. So, what evidence did he collect that would suggest that she is deceased? And why is there no arrest if he has some type of evidence? And I mean, it's possible that the DA is trying to build a case. Sometimes it takes years for a DA to build a case against someone. And we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about that because the month of July is pretty hot for some of these people that he may be talking about.
For those who were there.
It's incredibly difficult and frustrating every day not to be able to close this case for Layla's daughter and her parents. And of course, I can't imagine what they're going through. But I do know that there is a small group of people who are selfish and self-centered who can come forward and can provide where she's at. And I know who they are. They know who they are, but they refuse to cooperate.
As the investigation continues, Jennifer says she'll not give up searching, raising awareness, and holding on to.
So if they aren't cooperating, how does a police officer get them to cooperate? How does a detective get them to cooperate? I mean, yeah, I definitely believe that there is a group of people that know. Yep. And I think that this group of people is also in active addiction and they may be telling some stories also. There are tons of cases that I have mapped, that I've looked at, that some of them will be resolved. And then the people, there are times where cases, there will be 2 or 3 people that have admitted to doing something to that person, knowing where they put them, taking the law enforcement on a joyride, and they were never the ones that even did it. I mean, sometimes cases can be like very misleading, absolutely misleading. Yeah, I mean, where is the arrest? Just arrest them. If they've got evidence, where's the arrest? That's what we're waiting on. Where's the arrest, guys? Where is this? What's happening? So when she went missing, when Layla went missing, the report is that she left the AmeriCorps and she went to the marble slab. And she was hanging out with the woman before they opened, getting a drink of water, what have you. And that was a no-go for me. That was definitely a no-go for me. I knew it because it's common sense. It's absolutely common sense that someone in addiction isn't and who is paranoid, actively showing signs of paranoia from everybody that had come into contact with her at the AmeriCorps. She's not going to go and hang out at a marble slab, at a creamery. That's that and with a stranger. No way. Absolutely not. So what had happened is I think Layla left the AmeriCorps and either went to someone's house or went to the West Side Inn. Because the West Side Inn so the AmeriCorps, there are certain hotels. This is what we found out, Jeff and I and Brittany and GJ, when we were searching for Layla. Even in Virginia, there are certain places that those that are in active addiction go to. There are certain hotels that they go to, and everybody knows everybody. It's like the hookup. And the women are used to do certain things at the hotel to procure their needs for everybody else to continue in that active addiction. Y'all get me? You following me? So that is something that her and Michael, her boyfriend, would do too, is they would use people. They would They were thieving too. Layla was thieving. And her and her cousin were not on the best of terms. Layla had a lot of things going on. From my perspective, she had a lot of things going on because of the active addiction that would definitely have her being paranoid about who she could trust, who she couldn't trust. There was tons of cops that had come to the AmeriCorps while she was there. One woman even let her in, and we talked to her. One woman even let her in to her room, offering her something to drink, offering her a way to calm down. She stayed in there for a minute. She was still paranoid. She said she walked out of her room and went straight, which would have been going into the field across the street of the AmeriCorps. But then somehow she got picked up. There were people at the hotel at the AmeriCorps. She was knocking on doors at the AmeriCorps asking for a man named Michael. Well, it's not her boyfriend. She was asking for a man named Michael with all the tattoos. So that led me and Brittany into finding a guy named Michael that has tons of tattoos. That is, it's who people would want to be in touch with if they were in active addiction, if you get what I'm saying. So I don't know if he's the one that had the vehicle, if Dishner was there and he had the vehicle. It was, from my understanding, she had met up with two guys, Cody and Austin, at a Shell, and they went somewhere and they took her somewhere. If Brittany was in here or if GJ was in here, they could clarify if I'm remembering correctly. And I want to show you these places on the map. Okay, I want to show you where I think she went and who I think is involved. Because after Layla went missing, Dishner got clean. Dishner got clean. His dad is a big guy, big name in Kingsport for construction. And he got clean. You just wonder if there's any protecting here, if there's any protecting family names, people that have built the city, like Dishner Construction. I don't know. But I do know that Dishner's sister also lives right there by Summer Wells, on Ben Hill Road. So I think that we need to look at this because I want to show you the map. And then I also want to get into the astrology. And like I said, this is an open panel. If anybody wants to, just click the link. You don't have to show your face, but you can click the link and you can talk about it. Talk about the state of Tennessee. Talk about anything that's having to do with these missing people here in the state of Tennessee, including Layla Santanello. 3 years too long. And I mean, obviously, this update that she is deceased isn't like a shocker. It's not a shocker at all. But what is a shocker is that they talk about having evidence and there's still no arrest. Still no arrest. So evidently they're building a case. And hopefully one day soon. Yes. Okay.
There's just a message me.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. All right. I love you. So yeah. So let's look at her map. Let's look at her map. And I want to show you. Let's see. Hold on. Here we go. I want to show you guys on her map. There is the West Side Inn. So the red lines, if you are not familiar with the maps, the red lines are the natal. So this is the birth time of Layla. And so from the AmeriCorps to the West Side Inn, we see a red line. The green is the missing. So the red line from the AmeriCorps is showing the natal. And so I'm going to double click on this conjunction and show you what it says, because this matters. This is going to matter here in just a few minutes when I explain it. Okay. It says older man, place of business, authority, pain shared with partners and work. Michael, her boyfriend, holds the same Chiron degree and the same sign. That means when I click on Michael, well, maybe I didn't put it there. It should be right here. Michael's Chiron should be right there, actually. Okay, there it is. There's the conjunction right there. So for Michael, actually, this is Layla's outer will. Okay, so this is the 8th house outer will. 8th house is about death, rebirth, regeneration. The 8th house outer will is in Capricorn. It is suggestive of a business, of older men. Okay, older men, business at the hotel. So Michael and Layla both share a Chiron degree. So if we go down a little bit, this is where that conjunction is with Michael. Same degree. They should be actually overlapping one another. Absolutely overlapping. So if I take off the natal, this is where we are going to find another place of business, possibly, because I don't know her boyfriend's, I don't know his birth time, so I don't see his outer will or anything like that. The fortune in the 4th house of home in Capricorn conjunct Cupid. Again, we are talking about a business here. There is a lot of pain with a business. What had happened was when Layla went missing, Michael, before she was ever reported missing, Michael was texting Jennifer and Brittany saying that he was worried about her. He was worried about her. He wanted to know if they had heard from her. He was super worried. There was just something not right, super worried. They hadn't gotten into an argument. There was a lot of stuff that he was saying that just didn't make sense. And then right after that, right after she was reported missing, Jennifer and Brittany, the mom of Layla and the bonus mom of Layla, began to get not Snapchats, but Cash App requests saying that they had Layla and that they wanted $97, $95. They would request from them money. And so I'm pretty sure it was Brittany that played the game, and she would give like $1 and she would ask a question. She would give $10, ask a question. Ended up that they traced the Cash App back to Michael's house. Her boyfriend, Michael. Her boyfriend. He was super worried, but then he wasn't. He was so worried that he asked for money for her body. She was going to be returned in pieces if they didn't. It was surreal. And they knew, they knew that this was not true, that somebody was playing games with him, and they suspected Michael. And when they traced it back to his house, the police showed up in the middle of the night. Got Michael. Michael was charged. He did his time. He got out. But it does make you wonder, why would you do something like that? Because he's in active addiction. That's why. That's why he did it. So the map is definitely showing that there is a major possibility, okay? Major possibility that this could have been the end of Layla, especially with men that were older, men that are older. And we can see, we can see that I'll add Jennifer. Okay. So here is her mother that's right here. And this is where she's been here before. She's been here before because her south node is conjunct Venus here. She's been here before, and there could be some evidence. There could be some evidence that's found here or here at the West Side Inn. If I bring in the state of Tennessee, we see that the state of Tennessee is over here. Mars in Cancer is opposing their Admetos in Capricorn. There's a breakup with the state of Tennessee and a business or older men here. Relationships ends here, also groups Tennessee with their values, intense experience, woods, and business. This is the state of Tennessee Chiron in Capricorn. So the pain that they have with this business or older men, and it's going right here, exactly right there. You know, all of that energy is going right there at the West Side Inn. There is, there was, I don't know if there was, I don't remember where I got, let me see, let me turn this on. Let me turn on the shell station. There it is. So it's also this shell station, this gas station, where, if I remember correctly, this is also where two people would have met, which is Austin and Cody. They would have met right here to pick Layla up. I don't know if that would have been 2 days before, a day before, a week before. But this is Cody is in jail. He's still in jail. He's going to be in there for a while. Austin is not. He has tried to really make himself relevant in the case. And I do concern myself with people that want to be relevant in a case to try to distract, confuse the investigation. But again, we see the same conjunction with the West Side Inn and Shell, and both are businesses. Older men. Cody is definitely an older guy. Cody is definitely an older guy. This is a place of business, authority. Pain is shared here with partners in work. And Michael holds the same Chiron degree in the same sign. So again, this conjunction is loud and clear. Loud and clear. For me, anyway. We can keep on going up this. Oh, there's Steve Linkus. Now let's talk about Steve Linkus. Who is Steve? Because I've got a few properties for Steve Linkus. This is one of them. There's different properties that he had, that he owned. Like the one that he and Trisha lived at is on Bell Ridge, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Go back. That's not Bell Ridge. Let me find Bell Ridge. Because this right here, well, shoot. Let's see, Trisha. Oh, this is it. Okay. This is also where Steve and Trisha lived. And when I say it matches BJ and Ashley, those are two searchers. And this is right by Cody's work. But anyway, this is where Holyn would have disappeared from. Uranus conjunct Pallas. There's an investigation in the future. Well, guys, Holyn went missing after Layla. after her. Layla went missing in June. Holland went missing in October. So I want you to understand this, what this is saying. Layla Santanello, her natal chart, the Uranus that shakes things up in the future of Aquarius, in her 8th house of death, rebirth, regeneration, other people's money. This is exactly where Trisha and Steve Linkus lived. This is coming from the AmeriCorps. This isn't coming from the West Side Inn. It's not coming from her mother's house. This is coming from where she was last seen leaving the AmeriCorps and is going to this house where Trisha and Steve Linkus lived. That's why I've always wondered if Holland would have known where Layla was, if she would have known what happened, because she went missing months later. Months later. Hey, Brittany. Hey, babe. If you want to take the link, you can. If not, you can just direct me of what you would want to see on the map. Three years too long. 3 years too long, guys. So I think that this is very interesting because the maps aren't going to lie, right? The maps are not going to lie. I want to say that this was the Bell Ridge house, but I don't see Bell Ridge anywhere. Trisha. Maybe this is one of Trisha's old. What? Why is that there? Where is Bell Ridge? Okay, hold on. I know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to save this and refresh it. So to pull up the Bell Ridge address, because that's driving me nuts. It's been doing this. StreamYard has been, Scribble Mats has been doing this. Okay, it is. Okay, this is. All right. There it is. Holland. There it is. Okay. Yeah. Natal outer wheel. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is where Holland was last seen. Outer wheel suggests childhood friends, cousins, suggests travel, river, pew pew, OD. And it's the reason why this outer wheel in the 9th house, this is about the DA. The 9th house would be about the DA. It would be about courts, the future. And there is an opposition with communications about the child, her little girl, Nova. Communications, that 3rd house rules what? Neighbors, siblings, and cousins. Trisha is a cousin. This is where Layla, where her cousin lived, with a Steve Linkus. There's Austin. I've got an old address for Austin there. This is where Austin and Cody met up. Interesting. You have no idea what you're doing. I think so too. They are definitely there is a connection, right? I mean, there's definitely a connection because the connection is through active addiction. There is a family, whether or not they hooked up after and she went and moved in with him afterwards. But Brad, Trisha, Steve Linkus, Holland, all four of them. Obviously, Brad and Trisha knows Layla. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. Do you want to join, Brittany? You don't have to, honey, but you can. I've pinned the link. If anybody wants to join, you're more than welcome to, guys. Anybody can join. There is no doubt in my mind. Look, if Trisha and her son are showing up when Layla goes missing, so is Caitlin. So is Dishner. So is Linkus. If they're all showing up at the same time, my beef is this. Layla and her cousin had been in a tiff because Layla stole a little something something from Trish. And let me show you that on the map. Let me show you where she was living when that took place because she was living here. This is also where Layla was living, okay? But then Layla couldn't live there anymore. And then neither could Trish. I know it, honey. I'm sorry. I just wish that there was something more that I could do. They are. They are. They are. They definitely are. That's why I think that that's where they could have went to, where she could have went to right there. Well, with the West Side Inn right here. Okay, so where they used to live is right here. Let me show you this. Okay, so this is where Layla stole the pew pew. And this trailer park right through here is where Layla and Trisha, their Layla's grandmother had gotten them a trailer to put there. They just needed to pay for the lot and they couldn't pay for the lot. So they both ended up eventually having to move, right? But I want you to see this because this is going to show you how the map is working. It's working. And I want to talk to you guys about this Jupiter. The Jupiter is trine the equatorial ascendant in Sag. This is where Layla is receiving leads. This is where Layla receives information. This is where she learns something. This is where she receives information. And this is also very lawful because this angle has to do with her Jupiter. Okay. There's a lot of attention that comes here. Information for police comes in right here. Right here. And this is where Trisha lived. This is where Layla stole the pew pew from Trisha. And then again, we've got another lead, another doorway of communications. We got Michael. Michael's, this is her boyfriend, or was her boyfriend. Michael Thompson, his desires are coming right here, and it's squaring the Vesta in Virgo. Guess where the Vesta in Virgo goes? Where Brianna was unalived. Where Brianna was unalived. Let me recap who Brianna is. Brianna, I don't know if they were friends or not. I heard that they were, but let me just show you who Brianna is. Let me just show you who Brianna is. Let me pull it up. Here we go. Let me show you who Brianna is because I want y'all to see what I'm seeing, okay? This is absolutely amazing to see this. Billy Anderson pleads guilty to March 2022 JC unaliving of Brianna Tester. Jonesboro, Tennessee. Brianna Tester, who was arrested 6 times while on probation in months leading up to her unaliving, bonded out each time, has pled guilty to the March 18th, 2022 unaliving of the 20-year-old in Johnson City. So where she was unalived in Johnson City is where the Vesta and Virgo for Michael is going. Watch this. March 18th, police found Tester deceased of a single pew wound at a Johnson City apartment complex where they said Anderson had been staying off and on. Anderson, 35, also pleaded guilty to attempted, Washington County Detention Center. In an affidavit in this case, Anderson stabbed another inmate, glass material, yada, 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 yada. Okay, so why does this matter? Why does this matter? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm clicking the link. You're clicking the link, and what is it saying? Yeah, it'll connect you through StreamYard. That's all you need to do is connect through StreamYard. That's how we're streaming. Yeah. Yeah, click the link of the StreamYard because that's what we're streaming to YouTube with. So click that StreamYard link. And if you've got your YouTube up after I let you on stage, remember speaking on this right now down the line, girl. This is wild. So when I look at, because I was looking at Brianna again today. And I can't deny what I'm seeing here. Like this, now let me show you where Brianna. So this is the state of Tennessee. Gemini descendant goes to New Jersey. Rising goes into Mountain View Road. 2 or more with communications is seen here. And then we've got Jennifer's outer will, things that have happened in the past. We got things that Tennessee isn't seeing here that's hidden. And there's Horse Creek Lane. But watch this. This is where Brianna. Oh, shoot. Brianna. Oh, no, 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 no. Nope, 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 nope. Hold on. Let me go back. Let me go to Johnson City. Now. Let me come back. Oh, shoot. No, no, no. Okay, hold on. There's Jessica Belcher. Here's Jessica Belcher, which is very interesting. Jessica is, if I remember correctly, that's a friend of Trisha's. Where was that? Where Brianna, gosh, dang it. No, I don't know how else. Let me see if I got Tester here. I just had it up. Well, I mean, all I've got to do is follow this one. Oh, ignore. Maybe it's right here. No. No. Was it on McCall Drive? Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, it'll take you to StreamYard. Yeah, they were both 20. Yeah. Both of them. Let me see where she was found deceased. Yeah, it was McCall Drive. Okay. So it's right here. And that's the same one, guys. This is the same. So where Layla and her cousin used to live in that trailer park where Layla stole the pew. Michael, his desires is challenging with the flame of life. And this is going right there where Brianna was found unalived by a pew right here. And this is also where the state of Tennessee, their Mercury is in Virgo. So this was all in the news because Mercury is about the media. And it was about the health factor the quick movement, because Tennessee's Mercury is in the ninth house, and the ninth house is a quick movement of energy. It's going quick. It's going quick. That's why I say that Jupiter can be a pew pew. It can be a missile. It can be a rocket. It can be that. It could be a river. It's moving quickly. It's a fiery energy too. So I thought that was pretty interesting. The other things that I wanted to show you guys is the addresses of, just a few more addresses here on this map. Brittany, are you still trying to join, babe? What you doing, honey? What you doing? So I thought that this was interesting, very interesting indeed. And then again, Jessica, this is where the state of Tennessee is fated with a lot of attention. And again, this is Jessica Belcher. Let me see if I can show you who Jessica Belcher is. Let me show you. I think that I can show you better than I can tell you. Watch this. Watch this, guys. Here's Jessica. This is on the right. You see Trisha. On the left, you see Jessica. 13 charges for Kingsport woman after rug investigation. And this was in when? Oh, 2023 in March of 2023. And when did Layla go missing? June of 2023. Trisha was out of jail. Jessica was out of jail. These two women, friends, little writers, little active addiction. And the one on the right, Trisha, she is the one that was hanging out with Linkus, living with Linkus, hanging out with Holland. But they're not connected. They're not connected. They're not connected at all. Right? Okay, because if I tell you enough, if I just tell you enough that they're not connected, you're going to believe me because you're just going to forget that. You're going to forget that, right? You'll forget that that these two, yeah. So when we go back and we look at the map, right? When we go back and look at Layla's map and we see Miss Jessica here, and this is about Pisces, there's a letting go with the state of Tennessee. With the fourth house of home, and it's fated with Leo. There's all kinds of tension on here. But Vesta would suggest a life has been taken. It would suggest that a life has been taken with Vesta and Leo. And was there a life? Did someone go night night because of the drugs here? I don't know. Let's read it. They found all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. After stopping the car on John B. Dennis Highway, they found all kinds of stuff. And this right here, that is definitely that's a killer, right? That's definitely a killer. It's bad. Warrant violation, revoked license. So let's see if there was anyone, let's see. Let's see if anyone, because somebody should have OD'd there. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. And there's none. Kings County. Interesting. So there isn't anyone. But you would think that there is something here because um they're all there. Jennifer's Mercury in the second house, there's a major opposition here with death, with the eighth house. And Leo is suggestive of a lot of attention on children, and her child is missing. There is the missing event right here. There is a conjunction here that is surrounding Jessica Belcher's house. Missing Venus, conjunct dark moon, conjunct Mars. So we've got Venus, we got the dark moon, and we have Mars, all in Leo, that is coming right here and surrounding this girl's house. And I just don't trust these people. I don't. I don't trust the fact that, um, Layla is missing and you got a bunch of people that are not speaking up, not finding her, nothing. And when we look at the map, and I do need to get Jessica Belcher. I do need to get her birthday. I need to find that. I don't see you in the room, honey. I don't. Try it again. Click the link again. I'll wait for you. Hey, Jules. I see you here, like I see you in chat, but I don't see you in the back room when you come up on before I let you, come up on stage. Oh, thank you, babe. Thank you for being a member for 6 months, girl. We sure do appreciate you. And Jules, if you ever make it to Tennessee, I'd love to search for a girl that I've mapped that I think I know where she's at. She's been missing for a long time. Her name is Brooke Anderson. And I think I know where she's at. I just need a cadaver dog. Yeah, let's do it. Like, let's do it, girl. I'm telling you, I feel like I really know where she's at. Yeah. Jody Brooke Anderson, Jodie Brooke Anderson, missing from Nashville, Tennessee. And I feel like I know where she's at. I feel like I have a really, really, really good hotspot. So during the missing event, the Venus, the dark moon, and Mars is all here in Leo. Now, there is someone that I think has those degrees in their chart, and that is Trisha's son. Okay. I'll try to assist in that if you need me to. Sounds good. But Jessica Belcher, I do need to get her birth chart and look at it. I thought that I had it. I evidently I didn't save it, so I'll get it again. And that way I can know for sure. But this has always made me stop and think, could she have had anything to do with it at all? Anyone, anyone. Who could it be? Who knows where Layla Santanello is at? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, send it to me. I'll look at it. I'll put it on Summer's map. I don't know where Brittany went, guys. I didn't know where she went. Let me see. Okay, let me go back to her map. And I want to show you one of the girls who I believe has something to do with it, who is a part of the group that could definitely know where she's at. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, connect with YouTube. Okay. Brittany's trying to make it. She's trying to make it up. She's connecting with YouTube. She's entering the studio and she's connecting with YouTube right now. So this is where one of the girls, Caitlin, lives or used to live. And I want to show you the lines. I want to show you what the lines are saying. What are the lines saying here? State of Tennessee, outer wheel in Taurus and Scorpio. This is a Scorpio. Yes, this is definitely a Scorpio. This means that Scorpio is about the investigation. It's about the investigation, and it could possibly mean trash, the things that are hidden with death. Okay. But you see that she is right there on the missing event as well. This is where Poseidon and Scorpio is holding. There is a lot of wisdom here, but there's a shakeup with the values, with pleasure, because Venus will take you down in there. She'll take you down into the underworld. Okay, so she connected to YouTube. But I still don't see her in the back room. I still don't see her. Where you at, Brittany? I don't see ya. Look, I'll share my well, I can't share my entire screen. So yeah, there's a shakeup. There's a shakeup with travel, with pleasure, with money. There's a lot of wisdom here when it comes to the investigation, and that's on her. Then we see that the natal, Layla, is also here in Scorpio. It says going to Georgia, same degree and sign as the state of Tennessee. So the outer wheel, the 12th and the 6th, same degree. Okay, she's still trying to figure it out. If it doesn't work for her, I can come in for a few to see if it's a link or StreamYard issue to test it out. Okay, thanks. Yeah, go ahead and test that out. Make sure. I think that she's got you got to follow the steps, when you're trying to get on. Then you got to choose an account and she's got to choose Brittany. I told her to choose Brittany. Yeah, because that's her account for YouTube. Bless her heart. Bless it. So yeah, so this goes to Georgia. Now, who would be in Georgia? I'm so glad that you guys asked. Who would be in Georgia? I don't think that she's in Georgia, but there is a connection with her lunar nodes of fate. This is where the lunar nodes of fate would go to Georgia. And that is where Steve Lincoln is from. That is where he moved to when a bunch of stuff went down in the state of Tennessee. And then when he came back, he got in trouble. Now, look at this. Here's Michael. Michael's Venus is in Scorpio. So, this is where we could find any type of evidence when it comes to Michael asking for money. Venus in Scorpio is about other people's money. His Venus in Scorpio could have passed away because Scorpio is also about death, rebirth, investigations. And Michael's coming right here. Absolutely right here. We can see that, hold on. See who else is coming here. Okay, Jennifer's not here. Now I want to go back over to where I was with Jessica right here. I don't see anybody joining K9. Jules, can you see if you can click the link and jump up? Make sure it's not on StreamYard. Anybody, somebody. Let's test it out and see. Okay, so Jessica, let's see if there is anybody else showing up here. And Trisha is. What she reflects goes against the law and relationships with groups. So Trisha's Jupiter in the third house is about cousins. It's a 24/11. It's federal. This is federal. And of course, she and Jessica did have federal charges. They do have federal charges, and that's why Trisha is still locked up. And it's opposing her moon. It's opposing her moon. Her moon is coming here in Leo. This is where all kinds of attention is coming here into Johnson City, Tennessee. Okay, I see K9. Hey, girl.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, so
Obviously, it's working.
obviously it's working. Come on, Brittany. Oh, there's April.
Yay!
Hey, April. Good to see ya. April's in the house. Look who's wanting to be in the house too. Jody.
So it's working?
Yeah. Hey. I'm just sitting here on live. We're talking about Layla Santanello that went missing 3 years ago out of Kingsport, Tennessee. Remember I went and searched for her? Yeah. I'm showing her map, and we're trying to get her bonus mom up here, but she can't seem to click the link and get up here. But some of our other friends are testing it out, and they're up on panel. Okay, cool. You going to get you a coffee? Yep.
Yeah, it storms here national.
Oh, it stormed here crazy too.
It was white autumn.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So you never did comment about our chicken. We had a hen that got taken yesterday.
So do you know if it was taken or did it's just lost?
No, it got taken. All of the feathers were gone. I mean, they were in the and I heard it.
The feathers?
Yeah, I heard it. It was awful. Hold on, guys. So yeah.
Okay.
Lost one of my hens last night. It was not good. It was right at this around this time.
What?
When she got taken. I think it was a fox. No, I think it was a fox. Because after it took her, we followed the trail of the feathers. It took her in one place and then bounced her around and went down into the creek, and then went over, and I could hear her and the fox, or it could have been. I don't think it was a coyote, but it could have been. We were out front eating on the porch, and I heard it, and I asked Jeff if he had his pew pew, and he said, yeah. And I ran in, got mine, and ran outside. And I was like, oh my God, she's gone. Like I can hear her. It was awful.
It would have had to have been the fox because those coyotes don't come out till sunset normally. And the fox has been up there around it, knows where they are. So I feel like it would.
I think it was the fox. I think it was a fox. It was bad. It was bad, and I could hear it, and I wanted to pew pew over there, but I couldn't because I didn't want to hurt her either. But it was awful. It was absolutely awful. Yeah, I do need a guard, but it's just so difficult. It's just so difficult because when we go somewhere, we got to get somebody to watch the chickens. We got to get, it's like having kids. So we went from 10 hens to now 9. Oh, yeah. It was awful. But anyway, yeah, I'm showing Layla's map.
Okay, cool.
Jill will be in town tomorrow. Okay, I love you. I said Jill will be in town tomorrow. Okay, I love you.
All right, love you, Bob.
Love you. Bye. That's my everyday call. He calls right around this time. Says hey.
Oh, I'm
He'll
sorry about
train
your
it.
hen. That's horrible. I mean, that's horrible. I mean, and I know some people are like, oh, well, it's the cycle of life, but it's a bit different. I mean, you get just. I would. I'm so sorry. That's horrible. I can't even.
Yeah, it was horrible. I hate it. It's just and I know it's gonna come back. I know it's gonna come back and I want to be waiting for it when it does. I want to
Yeah,
be
that's why I
waiting
said
for it.
you need a livestock guardian. Have you ever seen videos of those livestock guardian dogs? Like when they're
I have, girl, but I just can't. I mean, the chickens is just enough, and
mm,
we guard them. We
yeah.
just we were slacking last night, sitting on the
Oh,
front porch eating. But when I heard it, if we would have went running out there as soon as we heard it,
mhm.
but I had to come in get mine because Jeff was like clueless. I don't know. He had to use the bathroom. He didn't. He may have just been thinking that they were just squawking, but I could see him running and yelling, and it just didn't look good. Oh my gosh, it was awful.
Yeah,
It was
there's
awful. But
hearing. I'm just the. I'm sure the audio, like of what you're like hearing, it's always the worst part of it, and just. Ugh, I'm so sorry.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was awful. Absolutely awful. But yeah, so it's been 3 years. 3 years too long for Layla.
Hmm.
And the the landfill is definitely a place that I think that she could be because uh if they wrapped her up in anything and put her in the big dumpster,
Is
they
this the
may not
case
have.
that Steve Fisher was helping out with? I can't. I remember
Yes.
there was. I remember there's. Okay, that's what I thought. I just remember when we were chill, he very briefly mentioned her. But it was like an in
Yeah.
passing kind of conversation. But I thought this was her.
Yeah, Brittany, the bonus mom, and the father, GJ, George, they hired him for a little over a year and a half, almost 2
Hmm.
years. He was on the case. I don't know if they still talk to him or not, but we did check a hotspot out. And let me show you where the hotspot was. Let me show you that hotspot. This was by Mill Pond. Mill Pond.
Who's the main investigating police department for her case? I want to just look real quick. Hey, Jilly, to see if she
Who-
like who's the lead investigating department. I want to see like if there are cadaver dog searches and stuff like that. I was going to check to see if they've got.
Corporal William Clare, Detective Clare from Kingsport Police Department, KPD.
All right, let me look and see what their cadaver resources were. I would assume they brought in Kentucky State Police. They've got cadaver dogs. Let me see real
Let's
quick.
see, where was it? I put it on another one here. Where is Mill Pond? It's right there. Here it is. Here it is. So this is where I had a hot spot is right here at right here with the creek and Mill Pond because the gateway, the
Mhm.
greenway is here. I said the gateway. The greenway but it's right here where I had a hot spot. The state of Tennessee is here and the missing event was here. And this is where the Pluto and Capricorn is. The Pluto and Capricorn was at a critical degree. And so any business that would have been through here is critical and could hold something critical with the business. And two of this is the Texas Roadhouse. Now, isn't that interesting that we've got Again, another case with a roadhouse. So there was 2 people that worked here that knew Layla at the Texas Roadhouse, and it's critical here. So Cody and his girlfriend, Kiera, Cody was one of the guys I think that picked Layla up. Kiera could have been a jealous girlfriend. She works here, or she did work here. So I don't
Okay.
know if it's critical here because, and it's fated with Mercury and Cancer. So there is an opposition. I say it's fated. There is actually an opposition here with the missing Mercury that was in Cancer. And actually, it hadn't actually, no, it was a quincunx. It hadn't actually become a full on opposition, but it did as the days went, as the next day, Mercury was coming into a critical, would have been coming into more of a critical degree, if I remember correctly. But this is showing a really strong conflict. And I think the conflict is because Kiera was working here. She was working here with Michael, the boyfriend's cousin. His name is Brandon. So Brandon and Kiera, they know Layla. They're working here. And Pluto is going right here. And again, it's a critical 29 in Capricorn. So we're looking for a business, and Texas Roadhouse is right here. So it's almost like, okay, does she know anything?
Right.
What does Kiera know? What does Cody know? What does Brandon Dockery know? Like, there's so many of them that could know exactly where Layla is, and they're not saying a damn thing. You would think that
course
by
not.
now one of them would rat the other one out.
Right. Well, it's just like she's been missing 3 years. It's exactly like Zachary. Zachary's missing 3 years too. It's just like we know that somebody knows something. It's just that they just refuse to talk, and that's like the hardest, especially in this case. You know that somebody knows, but it's like, why haven't? I don't understand people, Jen. I really don't.
I don't either. But this is critical, and Pluto is about hidden sex. It's about other people's money. It's very, so I could see where she could be paranoid. And I know that she and Cody were with Layla. Maybe not that day. Maybe the day before, when Cody and Austin picked her up. But this is the day. This is the 27th.
Mhm.
It wasn't the 25th. This isn't the 24th. This is the 27th from the AmeriCorps. So it does make me wonder.
So is this accurate? So I'm on the Kingsport, Tennessee.gov website. It says 6 ground searches have been conducted, which include the use of drones, forward-looking infrared, and canine. It doesn't say canine, it's just canine. Is that for real? Only 6 ground searches have been conducted?
Right.
What?
That's right. Yeah.
S-
Crazy, ain't it?
in 3 years, only 6 ground searches. I see 6
Uh-huh.
ground searches, 25 subpoenas, and 30 search warrants.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a little mind blown right now that like only 6 in 3 years.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But see how this missing Pluto is going right over the Texas Roadhouse?
Yes.
I found that was really interesting because if I keep going, I mean, obviously we could find other businesses, but this is one that really stands out because the Texas Roadhouse is literally right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally right there. And then here's Jennifer. Here is Jennifer Santanello. Again, that Capricorn, the South Node with the Venus in Capricorn, right there. It's like there could be evidence at this
Right.
business. She's been here before. Jennifer's mark, conjunct Pluto and Libra, is squaring her Venus in Capricorn. So her Venus, again, the values of this business could hold something in her chart.
Hmm.
And the Astrea in Aries is where her values are challenged. So if we look at this angle in itself, just this angle right here, we're going this way because this is where her values are going to be challenged. And so we can keep on going on this angle to see where where the challenges are. There's a guy named Rick. This guy, Rick, old man. Old man. And he allowed Michael and Layla to live with him, to hang out with him. They stole from him. Right before she went missing, she was on a thieving, quest.
Right.
But they
Okay.
had stolen from him. And she was doing favors for Rick.
How far
That's where her
away?
values
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
are.
ahead.
No, it's okay. This is where Jennifer Santanello's values are compromised, is with Rick.
I was going to ask how far away that hotspot you talked about earlier. How far away is that from the Texas Roadhouse? I'm just curious.
From the AmeriCorps,
Yeah, the hotspot that you mentioned when we were talking about SF. I was just curious to see how far away that hotspot was from the Texas Roadhouse, just out of curiosity.
where we went to that day. Let's see if that's the Texas Roadhouse. Then Mill Pond is right here.
Okay.
Right here. Now, what's
okay.
interesting is this, okay? What's interesting is this, is that this was a mini golf. There's a mini golf place right here. And this is where I had a hot spot, and we found a bunch of needles in a deep, deep type of well, along with black leggings and a white tank top, which is allegedly what she went missing with.
You said needles, black leggings, and a white tank top?
Correct.
Jeez.
So it's not far from the Texas Roadhouse, and you can see it's going to be on the same line. And this is also where the shell was, where off of Bloomingdale, where Kiara's boyfriend, who works here at the Texas Roadhouse, picked her up with another guy. So this conjunction is really interesting to me, as well as the justice. So the justice with her mom is going this way. There's Rick. And Rick isn't, he's not out of the question. He was definitely in transit. Maybe it was his son. Maybe it was somebody that, that Rick knew that wanted to get even, wanted to get even with
Did investigators take
Layla?
the shirt that you guys and the leggings that you guys found and like match it up to see if it was like her size at all?
Nobody ever went back and got it.
What?
Steve Fisher did not take it, and he didn't bag it and tag it and take it into the to the police department, and they never came and picked it back up. Jeff went with us, met us there because Brittany didn't go. She was watching the kids that day, but the next year we went, and Brittany went. GJ was there. Layla's dad was there. And he was just bawling after we found it. We were flabbergasted because that was a hot spot. That's the only place I wanted to check. So when we found all of that, I was very surprised the next year when me and Jeff went and we met Brittany and George again. George stayed behind, watched the kids this time, and she went. And we just wanted to go again to see, hey, did they pick anything up? They didn't.
That's
It was still there. So it's like, okay, did they have is law enforcement already made up their mind? Do they, oh, here's Brittany. Hey, babe. You're here with us.
So much. Hold on.
I can't hear you that good.
Read quiet.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I had your your live playing in the background and this one going. So I had to get on my laptop. That's what the issue was.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It
Well,
wasn't like phone compatible, which was fine.
right. So we've been talking about the map. We've looked at West Side Inn. We've looked at Texas Roadhouse. We've looked at
Okay.
Rick's Place. We've looked at Mill Pond, and I was just explaining to Jules, she's a canine handler. She's got
Oh,
Hi, Brittany. Nice to meet you. I'm
hi.
Jules.
Nice to meet you too. Oh, are you talking about the clothes?
yeah,
Yep. Yep. Where you were with GJ. That was the first like real in-depth search that was done. Other from law enforcement that was performed back in August. But yes, you guys were on a search, and I had the kids at the mall doing the Christmas tree with Summer Wells's family.
right.
Hmm.
That's right. Uh-huh, you sure was. And then the next year, me and Jeff went. Jeff went with me this time,
And
and
I
you
went.
went with me to Mill Pond, and we just wanted to see, is it still there? Because I wanted to
Yeah.
show Brittany, because that is so the Texas Roadhouse is where the critical Pluto in Capricorn is, and we're looking for a business. We're
Hmm.
looking for something business or woods.
Yep.
And so Texas Roadhouse is the first stop, and then Mill Pond is the second,
Yep.
right there.
Oh yeah, that's where that overgrown miniature golf place was too.
Right. So
Mm.
it does make sense that would be because we're looking for a business there. We're looking for, and that's what we find. So that shows that the map is working, right? It's already showing that the map is working because it's pulling the West Side in. It's pulling the, the missing event in such a big way. And I also showed Jessica Belcher's house too.
Oh yeah.
I showed Jessica's and where Brianna Tester was unalived, showed her. I showed the Bell Ridge property where Trisha, was living
Yes.
with.
Brianna and Layla were really close. Um, they were so close. They were living together, literally living together. Um, and oh my God, those girls, they
Where
ran
did they
circles
live? Where
around
did they
me.
live together? Where did they live together?
So Layla was over with Brianna and her mom, and Layla was always with Brianna, and most of the time she was over at Brianna's. They were living in Gray back in 2019, 20. And I wanted to kick their little asses because
Yeah.
they would call me at like 10:30 at night. Brittany, can you please order us some pizza and breadsticks and a soda with the lava cakes? And yeah, sure. I literally had Layla's order saved, and I still do to this day. She'd always get a plain pie, light on the sauce, extra cheese. And I'd always get a call back every time the order would be like just about done. And they would say, I'm sorry, but it is beyond our limits of delivery. I can't, and I'm like, and you just made the food. Like, I can't. How many times I had to bribe and like beg? Yeah, I grabbed a couple. To have them deliver the pizza. Remember how many times we went through that, GJ, with the pizza? Oh my goodness, because they were literally out in the middle of nowhere, like. They were just so in the middle of nowhere that not even Pizza Hut or Domino's would deliver food to their house. Like it was insane. But they were very close. You wouldn't see one and not the other. But then when Layla chose to chose the mom club route and find a different kind of love, and a love that would last truly forever. And the love is totally different and like no other when it comes to your very own children versus your parents. So, that's your creation, that's your pride and joy. So when Layla was pregnant and was with Cody at the time, because when she was with Nova's dad, Nova's dad was with Brianna. Hi, baby. Nova's dad was over at Brianna all the time with Brianna and Layla. And so when Layla was with Cody, once Layla and Nova's dad separated, Brianna and Layla too unfortunately separated. Layla was pregnant. She was sober. Unfortunately, Brianna was going through her struggles during those times. So Layla and Brianna ended up really distancing themselves from one another, since they were living two different lives at the time, especially at the time of when Brianna was unalived, unfortunately, which is such a sad situation. And I remember like yesterday talking to Layla about the news when they heard about it, and she called me, and we were discussing how it could have been her. She could have been there too. It could have been her too, because they were completely inseparable, and you wouldn't see one and not the other. But that's when Michael and Cody and her other relationships that she was with, unfortunately, replaced like one from the other. It almost seems like it's just like in the addiction world, when you replace one thing for the next. It was some very unhealthy relationships, and some were just, yeah.
So Jennifer, her Chiron with the fifth house of kids is in a good standing with Zeus here in the ninth house of Virgo in Gray, Tennessee. So Gray, where you said that they would have been living together, this is where there's a lot of pain for Jen when it comes to the health of her child or the health of children at all, period. This is also where Trisha is showing up with her IC and her MC. So Trisha is definitely here, but so are you, Brittany. Your fifth house of kids, where the flame of life is found here, and it's always reigniting a flame of health that is seen here. And so is George. This degree 2117 goes to my wisdom in Libra with children, relationships with the law and justice. This degree is found in the TBI second house, which is about their values. And this is where they would have lived together, right? So I
Yes.
think that's pretty amazing, and we can see how the map works, right? We can see how it works. Let's go to
Yep.
Boarding
You just got
Park.
to pay attention.
Yeah, yeah.
And you
So
can't mistake
here's
it
where
either.
here's where they are having the memorial or the vigil, and I see Brittany here. You are here, Brittany, and this is where your outer will in the eighth house. This degree outer will connects to the United States federal. It's with a lot of discord. This is where the law enforcement has a problem with communications. There are key parties who know where Layla's at. The Gemini line goes over Lowe's, two buildings of interest. The Gemini line with two or more may perhaps even go to Virginia. We are looking for federal land, government land, which is a park. Other angle with Sag goes over the river. This is your degree that you connect with Halin. And it's a federal degree. Remember, I've told you that there's a federal degree that you connect with Holland, and that's it. And then Trisha is rising year with the law. Let me take Trisha off here because there's Michael. Again, there's the morning that's going to where she was unalived, and also going to where the pew pew was stolen at the address, the property, that they lived at, that Barb got them, where is it? Right here. Right here. This is it. It's the same one. It's the same lines that are going over Borden Park are right here. And that's where the Pew Pew was taken. This is that trailer park that Layla and Trisha were living at. You see it, Brittany?
Yes, I see it. I'm looking at it.
So it's the same. This is the same. It's telling the same story that's
Yep.
going over Borden Park as it is here.
Yep.
And Michael's right there. Michael, Trisha, Layla, they're all right there. All right there. And it's all,
Literally.
yeah.
Look at all the lines.
Was the Pew Pew ever recovered?
You know, I remember I was told that she had to give that back.
Okay.
She needed Layla's boyfriend was telling her, he was freaked out. He was more panicked in the sense of holy shit, you did not just do what you did. You gotta get rid of that. You gotta give it back. Something needs to be done with that because we don't need that. So
what's interesting is this. Okay, so every 12 years, around about, we have a Jupiter return.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm seeing with Layla here, and this is coming, we're going to go this way. Her Jupiter return, this is about the Pew Pew with Trisha. Okay, this is about the Pew Pew with Trisha. So that Jupiter return is coming this way. It's going to be coming this way, and it's coming. Her Jupiter return is going to be, let me tell you when it's going to be. I want to say it's the 3rd. Yeah, it's going to be on July 3rd.
Oh,
so
wow.
July 3rd, the day before the 4th, we're coming here. This is the lines that we are going to be talking about. And if I keep on going, this is it. So that angle that I just showed you with the Pew Pew,
Yep.
where they used to live at the trailer park, here is where the Jupiter return is going to be taking us to the green belt.
Okay.
I want to just see who all's addresses are going to be through here. Hold on.
I still have some growing up to.
Let's see. Cali, Dishner Construction. No. The Jupiter, I feel like, wants to take us far, maybe to somewhere that's fun. Okay, so that's Kingsport Waste Management. That's not really what I want to see.
No, obviously not, but
Jupiter is going far. Let me see if I can take.
Remember,
okay, this is Elizabethtown. Now we're going into North Carolina.
It's over Virginia.
Hold on just a second. So let me see if I'm showing it to you guys. Hold on. Hold on just a second. Let me look at this address. Tierston Cochran kidnapped by Stephen and gang in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it would appear that the Jupiter could be going in Leo. No way. Okay, let me show it to you again. I just didn't want to put the address there where Tierston was taken from North Carolina. That's the Jupiter. That's the Wilbur Dam. What else is here, though? There's got to be some kind of fun park. There's something here that we're going to be talking about when that Jupiter return comes. Or it's going to be having to do with something on that angle that has
Right.
to do with Trisha and that. So there's an angle here. Let me keep on going. There's an angle,
Stop throwing the cones
and we would
out.
go far. There's Brian Linkus. So I've got a Brian Linkus. We're going into Knoxville now. There's a church, Sunsphere. Brian Linkus. So we know that Brian Linkus is Steve Linkus's brother, I think. And that's in Knoxville. So we're going into Knoxville with this trine, with this angle. Let me see. Houston. Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
DJ, look.
I'm cold.
I still think
Cold?
that we're looking, we could
Give me
be,
your
I
call.
still think that we could be going this way, like
One more. Hold on.
Lowe's Home Improvement
No, there's not.
to find her, because this is where George and Jennifer both are sharing pain. It's where they're both sharing pain. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Are you back in the service area, Jeff? Welcome back. Hey, Janet. Good to see you, honey. Good to see ya. Thank you guys for giving us some time with Layla today. You know, she's important. She's as important as Nancy Guthrie.
Yeah, that
She's
case is crazy
important.
too. Nancy Guthrie.
She is so important. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous that we can't get so many eyes on all of the kids, all of
I
the
know.
young adults that are missing.
I know.
What's the significance of the Lowe's? I'm sorry if I missed it earlier. I'm newer to Layla's case, so what's the significance of the Lowe's again?
I don't know. Is there any significance with the Lowe's that I just don't remember about Layla's case, Brittany?
Lowe's.
The Lowe's Home Improvement that's right there?
Wasn't that like? Well, I don't know. There's like a reason. No, I don't think it has. to do with
Unless something was bought from the Lowe's, like, and I
Right.
hate saying
Oh,
this, but
like
like
something bought. Okay.
yeah, like something to
Not
contribute to
usually in regards-
whatever people did to her, like, you know what I mean? Like, because like some people will go like a Lowe's or a Home Depot to buy, and I hate saying that, but again, in Skylar Needs' case, it's exactly what Rachel and Sheila did. They went to Lowe's and bought their
It may
stuff.
not be, it
So
may
I
not
wasn't
have
sure.
anything to do with Lowe's.
I dropped
Right.
it.
But there is something here with, because GJ, both of Layla's parents, her mom and her dad, are both sharing a lot of pain here.
Right.
And this is where Michael used to live, is off of Packing House Road.
Correct.
Yeah, they don't live there no more.
Oh, that was one of his addresses before later.
And this is Wayne Construction Road. So we got a Wayne Construction Road, we got Packing House Road, Bancroft Chapel. And then we got another address. I don't know whose that is that lives off of Bancroft. And then I've got Ringo, Jeremy Ringo.
Oh yeah, Ringo. He's the one that he passed away.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He overdosed.
I'm sure he did.
That was the location that we were trying to get our hands on for a while. It was his property that was over in Virginia, Tennessee border.
That we could search.
I wonder if law enforcement, because I saw that law enforcement had like 25 search warrants and 30 subpoenas, or maybe I've got that backwards. I wonder if that's one of the properties that they may have gone to. I would hope law enforcement went there.
It was.
I think it was one of them.
It was. They searched it. Jennifer did too. And
Do you know if they took cadaver dogs out to any of these like big search locations? I saw like on the Tennessee Kingsport website, it said they took canine, which is a singular. So
yeah,
I was just
that was during the
They
first
did it the
search
first
in
time.
August
Yeah.
when they had first known that Layla vanished from the AmeriCorps. and was over into like when she went running off into the woods. And
So,
law
okay.
enforcement was the one that performed that search, but it was never fully concluded because that was the year all the rain happened and all that flooding occurred. So they had to put a pause to it because they still had hundreds and hundreds of feet to still cover, but they had to wait for everything to go down. And it really just never got picked up because as time went on with the investigation and other leads coming in, it was never completed.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if that meant they took like when people go missing, usually like in Sebastian Rogers' case, the first canine that showed up was a tracking canine, and a tracking canine is used for like if somebody runs away, they track like their trail leading away from their last known location. Then there's a scent specific canine, like in Lacey Peterson's case. They gave the dog handler her sunglasses, which is an article. The dog sniffed the sunglasses and went searching. Like that's just like looking for a specific person. So I wasn't sure if like I just saw canine on the website. I'm like, well, that can mean either tracking, trailing. That can mean a cadaver dog. So I just because I wasn't sure.
Cadaver dogs, I'm pretty sure of.
Okay.
And they weren't used. They were used a couple times, but only when it was, I guess, more. What's the problem?
Probably brought in by law enforcement because if it was a search and rescue group, typically a search and rescue group, you have to be like law enforcement has to provide like evidentiary proof.
Yep. I know. I can't tell you how many times I called Jen Jennings hysterical because of how challenging it was to get to get any type of help when it came to getting search and rescue. Calm down. Resources to help have a search. They wanted a call out done. They needed great amount of evidence to be able to move forward with any type of searches. And we couldn't ask. Like law enforcement had to lead the way. And they can't go running in circles. It costs a lot of money, and I understand it's a whole process and tactic to do something like that. And so I understand like it's frustrating all around, and it becomes frustrating with other people when they're like, oh, well, why can't you just do this or do that? Well,
I'm glad you understand. Yeah, but what I wanted to tell you was, so I'm not affiliated with search and rescue, but I do have a cadaver dog. I'm not with a search and rescue group, so now that I know you now, and I can talk to Jen about this when I come out to Tennessee to help Jen with something else. Maybe there's areas because I do have a cadaver dog. She is nationally certified. I don't need to be deployed with a search and rescue group. I'm allowed to self-deploy, so it's a bit different. So when I mentioned to Jen before, whenever I do come down to Tennessee, there's a couple people I'd like to search for while I'm down there because I live in Pennsylvania. So
you're not far from me.
Yeah, may as well do a couple locations at once. And I was just curious to see what the cadaver dogs had already done down there. But I mean, if it's been that long since they've searched, that I'm surprised. It's just
they did some ground searching here and there on and I know last November they did an extensive search dig in a location. So right now they're not performing public searches or anything, but they're just only going to said locations if they have a reason to go at this point. They did say that they were not doing ground searching aspects.
They stopped.
That stopped the first year she vanished, and so they only do those types of searches when necessary. And quite frankly, GJ and I don't even find out about them until after performed and months later.
Yeah, that's law enforcement's weird. I don't know if we were talking earlier about this little girl named Cherry Mahan went missing 40 years ago in Pennsylvania. The FBI came out to Pennsylvania and dug up this one property, and Cherry's mother, who's still alive, didn't find out about it until 3 days later. And she found out because a news article was written about it. And she called the state police, and she was like, when were you going to tell me that this in connection to my daughter's case was like nothing was found there? But I guess maybe they thought, oh, if nothing was found, but still, if I were a mother, I'd want to know, like, hey, it would give me a little bit of hope, or reinstate just something. But like you said, you don't find out about it till later. I'm not sure why law enforcement does that. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason for it, but I get the frustration. I mean, it's just
At
like,
that point, it's like, why even bother telling me? Like, I would have
Right.
been better off not knowing. You
Mhm.
call me months later and say, yeah, we did a dig, but nothing came of it. Okay,
yeah, just
well,
update you guys. Yeah, it's polite to update the family or check in because, people get frustrated. And I see the frustration on both sides, from the family side, from the
Oh,
law
yeah.
enforcement side. But I mean, you like, I understand where you're coming from. Like with Cherry's mom, when she's like, when were you guys going to tell me you dug up this property? Like it's right near my house. I remember I told Jen about it. I'm like, Jen, they dug up this property and it wasn't far from where one of Jen's hotspots was, but it still wasn't where Jen said the hotspot was. So I'm just like, we think we know where she's at, but yeah, I definitely want to come down and help search for Layla. Whenever I come to Tennessee, and maybe Jen can take me to some hot spots with my dog, because Ara's very you would love
Well,
Ara.
right here that I've got shown, this is where,
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
do
if
want
we
to go
take,
again soon.
yeah, I mean, if we should take, if we take Jennifer's pain where she shares pain, if we take GJ, your pain, and this is where we're going. We're going northeast of the AmeriCorps. We're going northeast.
Northeast.
Okay, let me make this
Mhm.
bigger so I can see it. I gotta make it a big thing.
Northeast, okay.
Yeah, we're going
Yeah, another
northeast.
thing is, Detective Claire told us over a year ago that her case was sitting on the district attorney's desk, and we still haven't heard nothing from that.
Well, that's a lot.
That's
GJ,
been
you
over
gotta
a year.
understand. There's
Yeah,
a
so
lot.
I mean, it could take years for the DA to build a case, but I mean, if they've got evidence, what
You
is
might be
if
trying to get a
if they are
warrant.
saying that they have evidence that she is deceased,
Yeah.
what is the evidence?
Yeah, I just saw that article. Usually, if it's sitting on a DA's desk,
And
if a detective
Detective
says
Claire's
that,
not
there's a
Detective
warrant.
Claire no more. He's corporal now, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
all that.
Yeah, he's
Promoted.
corporal now.
Yeah, well, he needs to corporal it on up and tell
Yeah.
you what the evidence is.
Right. Yeah, I don't
mean,
know. Like,
he's telling everybody that there is evidence. Where's the evidence? What is the evidence that she's
Yeah.
deceased?
is it the same
And just
DA?
because
Has it been the
people have
same DA
told
the
him
entire
that,
time, or is it like a new DA? Is it the same DA or is it a new DA?
It's the same DA.
What the heck? What's he doing? It's like, I know they have a lot of stuff, but like a year? Jeez.
Yeah, it's been a while. It has been like over a year. It definitely has been over a year.
Yeah.
What's his problem?
I mean,
well, this is where there's a lot of pain. This is where there's a lot of pain that is being shared, and this is an angle with Brittany's Saturn in Aquarius. So if we look at this Saturn in Aquarius, we're going to Cody's work. If we're looking, going up into Virginia and Yuma, but if we look here, this is where that there is a lot of pain being shared between all of them. And there's pain that they are being shared with a relationship. There is a relationship that shakes Brittany up. And I think it's Michael. Right here is where Michael used to live on Packing House.
Are you moving the
House
map at all?
Road.
Because it doesn't look like it's moving.
Do what?
Are you moving on your map? Because it doesn't look like it's moving. I wasn't sure if you were
No,
like standing
I'm not
still.
moving it. No,
Okay.
but this is
I just wanna
Packing
make
House.
sure.
Yeah,
There you go.
there is where Michael used to live.
Okay.
And there's where GJ is sharing a lot of pain with pleasure, with with that Taurus energy. So it would have been where
And when
Taurus
is that
energy.
coming?
And
Do
what's that
what?
house? What's that house right there that you have? What's the house that's right there?
This is where Michael, her boyfriend, used to live on Packing House.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's where there is a lot of justice. There's a justice here where Michael has betrayed trust. So it could also be about money, because he was asking about money, but this isn't where he was living when he was requesting money from the Cash App. Right, Brittany?
Right.
So why is it that there would be a lot of pain here when it has to do with Jennifer's kid in the fifth house? And this is also where GJ is sharing a lot of pain with his Chiron. And there's things, this is the lowest point for George. This is it. GJ, this is the lowest point. This is a 26 Algol. And I mean, it's the Death Star and it's fixed. There is a lot of conspiracy that is surrounding this area.
Yep.
Lots of conspiracy with it. And if this isn't the house that he was requesting money, then why is there so much pain that is being shared here when it has to do with money, with pleasure, with the earthy things? You know, there's a lot of earth here that we're dealing with going northeast. And it would suggest to me that she's not contained in anything if she were to be found on this angle.
So you're thinking like she could be open, but someone's just probably missed her more
Right.
than likely. Okay.
Like say there's leaves that were just put on her, or you know, there if she was deceased, there's no containment. She's not contained.
Right.
It's just nobody has went here to find her.
That's how it was with Skylar too. Skylar was literally 6 to 8 feet off the side of the road, and she was just covered by leaves when they eventually found her. Like 6 to 8 feet off the road. Like,
Wow.
yeah.
And
she
so here
was-
is Layla. Here, the missing event. You can see that they're all packed here. So this is where Michael used to live. But here's where Layla, this is in her 12th house, this is where she could be hidden. And, you know, there's a breakup here. And there's a shakeup. There's a shakeup with the missing event with groups. And that's it. There's a shakeup with travel, with pleasure, with money, possessions. All of that is seen here.
a shake up like a fight, or you mean like a change of?
Well, it's just where something abrupt took place.
Okay.
There was something abrupt. And that Poseidon in Scorpio, I've shown that goes to Caitlin's house. So we're looking at Caitlin as well, because that Poseidon that he's got in Scorpio, I mean, that he's got, where did it go? Right. That one, the missing event, the Scorpio, that's going over Caitlin's house. And I think that Caitlin, you know, she knows a little something, but it could be that she's not telling the whole truth and nothing but.
I mean,
with what she really knows.
To me, it sounds like this is a bunch of like selfish people who know something that just don't want to talk.
Right.
Right. So all of this is going this way, and it's not going to Michael's house. So Michael lived on the other side, going away from here. So Michael would have lived, let's see. No, that's not it. Michael would have lived somewhere over here. Bloomingdale. He lived on Bloomingdale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the missing event. So the Bloomingdale house where he lived, I think that's it.
Wait, at the time, him and Layla?
Yeah.
No, that was Dale Street.
Oh, Dale Street was where him and Layla, no, where he was when he asked for the Cash App.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to show, because that house isn't it. It's this one. This is where the missing Pluto is going, but I'm looking for woods. I'm looking for structure.
Yeah.
Okay, so so a Pluto in Capricorn, this is what was going over Mill Pond. This is what is going over Texas Roadhouse. And it's going all the way up to where Michael lives, right here. This is where Jennifer's Venus. So there could be, this is where Jennifer's values are. Layla's mom, this is where Jennifer's values are. Okay, so if I were to look, yeah, so this is where the values are. And the missing event, the Pluto in Capricorn. So it's about her work. It could be about work. It could be about older men. And this is where there's a lot of transformation that is coming here with the media when she goes missing. And Michael was texting both Jennifer and Brittany saying, hey, I'm worried about Layla. Even though he was asking for Cash App for her
Yeah,
return.
that's kind of weird.
But see how there's no pain. Oh, so there's no pain right here. It's critical with the law enforcement at his house, but there's no pain here. This isn't where there's any pain being shared. And we don't see Brittany, we don't see GJ, we just see the missing. We don't even see the natal here.
Right. I'm pulling up this location on Google Earth. I just want to see the vegetation and what this looks like. So just give me a second. I'm just curious. Okay.
This is the mini golf. This is where George receives leads and information. But again, I mean, we're not seeing anything. This is where Brittany gets us shaken up with groups, with things that we may not see with another. That's the indictments. So this is where the Robertson Street, Kingsport, Tennessee indictments were. Remember that, Brittany? You want to talk about that, Brittany?
Which one?
With the Robertson. Okay, so do you remember who was involved with the Robertson Street indictments here? Wasn't Steve Linkus a part of that indictment or no?
Was this the one with Michael in February of 23? We're talking about that one, or
The Robertson Street indictment. So this would have been the indictment that.
Mom. Yes,
Remember? Okay, so let me try to remember.
Is this what I sent you a while ago in regards to Michael's arrest?
This is with Michael. Remember, they kept Layla's phone.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about that.
So Michael got in trouble for drugs, and I'm trying to think if this was. Well, those were two separate incidents. Michael got pulled over, and this was February of 23, the year of 23. And it was actually on GJ's birthday. And
so this was 4 months. Okay, so this was 4 months before. So this was 4 months before Layla went missing, right?
Yep, he got pulled over and got caught with stuff. And
so Michael got pulled over, and what happened?
He got caught with stuff, and law enforcement confiscated the phone that was in his possession, which was Layla's, because one was working off of like Wi-Fi, and the other one had service, and the other one didn't. So when Layla stayed back, she had Michael's phone that had the Wi-Fi, and he had the service. So that's how Layla ended up with no phone before she disappeared, when it got confiscated by law enforcement when Michael got in trouble. February 14th of 23. No, that was a different time. We're talking when Michael got in trouble. Remember when Layla called saying he was away?
But there was, I don't know. Okay, so Brittany, I've got indictments here. So this is where a bunch of stuff took place here with other people that are involved in these indictments. This isn't just for Michael.
Yeah, right. I just don't remember all these people's names, like of the indictment.
Yeah, we both got different phones now, so it's going to be hard because I remember us having that. I remember us having the and Steve Fisher's got it too.
I still do have it. I still do have it. Hold on.
You still do have the indictments because
let me send it to you.
Okay. And then I can pull it up because I think that this is the Robertson Street indictments.
So Jen, by the way, Kingsport
Yeah.
is only 6 hours and 38 minutes from my house. That's not a far drive at all. So I would definitely be willing to come out there and do some search. But that's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, it's 6 hours and 38 minutes right now with some traffic around something in Virginia. Oh, you guys are way like up north in
It's about
Tennessee.
5 hours. It's about 5, a little over 5 hours for me too.
Oh my, you're like at the corner of like, I see North Carolina's right there. I see it's like North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia all come together like right in this like little.
The four corners.
It's kind of cool actually how it's like that.
And it
Yeah,
makes
you're
it
not far at all.
definitely more difficult from legal standpoints.
So what I wanted to show here is that this Robertson Street with the indictments where her phone got taken, okay? This is also important because the Chiron and the outer wheel that is going over the West Side Inn, right? This and Mill Pond, this is also a part of their shared pain. So Layla and Michael share pain with each other about these indictments in on Robertson Street. I just can't remember who all was involved. And I think that most of the names are scratched off. I want to say,
yes, a lot of them winded up being scratched out, blacked out.
Do
you
what?
have a TBI line? Jen, by chance?
Some of the names were scratched out.
Oh, sorry, my Loki's literally trying to climb into my lap. I said, "Do you have a TBI line by chance for this, or was TBI not really assisting with Layla at all?"
No, oh, they are.
Okay, I wasn't sure if Jen, if you had them mapped out by any chance, just to see where they sat. I'm just curious because you mentioned federal property earlier, so I wasn't sure if like. I was just curious to see if TBI was mapped out at all, like they're part of the investigation.
They are. Look at this. Okay, so public records show no record of major grand jury indictments directly tied to an address on Robertson Street for the year of 2023. Most local criminals, blah, 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 blah. So I don't see it, but I think that they're sealed.
Well, maybe you could check from because GJ said it's been sitting on the district attorney's desk for a year. Maybe check if it's been a year, maybe try 2025, see if something comes up for 2025 by any chance. Because if it's been sitting on the district attorney's desk for a year, that would put it 2025. So maybe that's when a grand jury could be, or a DA could be working on something with the grand jury. I don't know. I don't know how often you guys meet for grand juries. Like in Pennsylvania, it's once a month.
But anyway, I thought that was interesting that the Chiron is also going
Oh,
there.
here we are. I got it. I got it. I got it.
She's so cute.
Here, take this. All right.
I love your
So
singing.
this is where the TBI, if we look at this conjunction, it's with Travis Harvey's, it's with the Harveys, but this conjunction with the TBI is their outer wheel.
Okay.
And so their outer wheel it's what hits their body, right? This is a it says TBI's outer will matches suspect Vulcanus and Cancer. This opposing force of values with home opposes what's hidden with work, with mail, with business. So and it could be with their work. About the indictment, because this is coming in under Astraea and it's a 29-degree in Capricorn. And this is making me think that there is definitely a relationship here with that indictment.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense.
So these indictments, Jen, are the ones with the reckless endangerment one. This wasn't, and that one was that was May 26, 2021 when he first turned 18.
Okay, so she didn't have her phone for 2 years?
Jeez.
No. That was
Okay.
2 separate incidents. So there was 2. They were together for both of these, and Layla was not there for neither. But the reckless endangerment one, which is the indictment ones that I have, that one is that was the one in May of 2021. But she had her phone at that time. The
Okay.
one when she lost her phone, when the rugs were involved, that one was GJ's birthday, February 14th of 23, before she went missing. And that's when her phone was confiscated for evidence purposes and investigative purposes for their findings on a traffic stop.
Interesting. So this
yeah.
is where you're showing up here, Brittany, and it says that Uranus conjunct Neptune in the ninth house of travel in Capricorn. So again, we're talking about DA, we're talking about judges, we're talking about attorneys. This is where you get a shakeup when it comes to this lead, and it goes to Missouri. It also goes to West Side Inn. It goes to Randy's Auto, the Robertson Road Street indictments, and an address for Steve Linkus.
Yeah, reckless endangerment's a misdemeanor. It's a class A misdemeanor in most states, unless it was like a deadly weapon was involved, then it becomes a felony.
It
So
was a felony.
okay, so it was probably a what was that?
It was it
Class
was
E?
pew pew.
Oh, yep, that's a class E felony then. That
And
makes sense.
so he oh gosh. Well, I just lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so I found it. He had open charges. So like when Michael was charged for the Cash App incident, his I'm not talking about Michael Jackson, baby. But, so he had open charges during that time. Why they continued to push the court cases, I don't know. Maybe they wanted to like put something else together or do further prosecuting. I don't know. But they kept getting continued, and it was finally handled when he had the charges with the Cash App for the extortion, and they ran all his charges together. So instead
Yep,
of
I was
doing,
right. Class E felony. Sorry, so that's what I thought it was. I knew if a deadly weapon's involved, it automatically becomes a felony regardless. And like some district attorneys can consider different things like deadly weapons, like in some like a knife, a pew pew. Some people could say a car could be considered, depending on what you're doing. But I had a feeling it was. It's definitely a felony charge. It's not a misdemeanor, but I thought maybe initially, if they took her phone, maybe they were trying to look for evidence to go further to make it a felony. But if a deadly weapon was already involved, then it's automatically a felony charge.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so it was a dude named Gibson and Milquin Glenn.
That's a name.
Yeah, so it looks like that there were several people there. Robertson says Michael Thompson was standing next to a Ford Crown Victoria parked on Robertson Street watching the incident. Thompson then entered his vehicle, drove down Robertson Street, parking beside a blue motorcycle. Gibson walked around the corner, got on the blue motorcycle to leave. Milkwin Glenn, who is a friend of Hall, then walked up to Gibson and punched him off the motorcycle. Gibson and Glenn began to fight on the ground when Thompson exited the vehicle and fired.
Yeah, yeah. Even if it's a warning, pew pew, like not at like directly at a person, it doesn't matter. It once one's involved, regardless, it's automatically a felony. So
Right.
even if you just wave it around, if you've got a certain district attorney, they'll consider that reckless endangerment because you're waving it around. It's reckless. So I'm not surprised that he was charged with a felony right there.
Yeah. So that would definitely, I think that is definitely something that, and then there's the West Side Inn. This is where Brittany is getting a shakeup. Again, it's about the West Side Inn. So the West Side Inn, we do get a shakeup. We definitely got a shakeup. We got a shakeup there. It was abrupt. We saw a man that, was, had a big old, hatchet in his hand, and he was waving it around.
Yeah.
Trying to intimidate us.
Oh, you guys were researching?
Intimidate us. And then this is where there was a property for Linkus and public records as well. So all of Linkus's properties on public records, you know, a lot of times I'll have, and we can just keep on going to see if there's anything else on this Chiron line. We're going into Jonesville, we're going into Virginia and Kentucky. Make sure that I don't have anything else here. Kayla Decker was last seen here. I think she was found. I don't remember. But then it goes into Missouri. Yeah. And then there's New Jersey. And the missing Saturn and Pisces.
New Jersey.
Well, that's where her dad lives. That's where
Oh,
Brittany
right.
and
Okay.
DJ live.
Yeah.
It's Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah. So the missing Saturn in Pisces in the sixth house of health was squaring the Vesta. So this is where the communications were cut off. She wasn't able to get in touch with her dad. She wasn't able to get in touch with Brittany. And so they had called her in missing before she actually went missing. You see how that was a slowdown. There was a slowdown with her, with authority, with the cops, because they had called her in missing before she was actually missing.
Wow.
Isn't that correct, Brittany? She's probably dealing with her kids.
Yes, no, that is correct.
Yeah. So
Well,
if we
I just
look at
wanted
this
to mute
line,
myself because my son's he's being a little GJ. Anyway.
I have to keep muting too because my one dog Loki's being a Loki basically, so that's why I keep muting because Loki's just like, excuse me. I'm like, no, dude, like no.
Oh, my son is like no filter like GJ. Well, see, a little back story. George, Layla's father, he is George Emmett V. And so when I got pregnant with our last and final, I said, you can name this child whatever you like. I could care two shits right now. Because this wasn't even supposed to occur. This wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to have a tubal ligation after Brielle, and they never performed it. And I thought they did. So here comes Geo. So Geo, we call him Geo because he does not like to be called George. He is George Emmett VI. So I allowed him to continue the name, and boy, it suits him.
Oh, well, real quick, Brittany, I have a question for you. So if I were to bring my cadaver canine down there to do a search, what's one area that you would 100% be like, based off of Jen's maps, what's one area where you or him or his father would be like, definitely take a dog here? Is there an area in particular that just sticks out? Just because I want to look at it on like Google Earth.
Yeah, I would say the first one that really comes to me would be Yuma Road.
Yuma Road.
Jen, that's the one over in
yeah,
Virginia, right?
right.
Yes. Yep.
Here's Yuma. So here's George and Brittany.
Okay.
And here's the natal. This is where there's a shakeup. And GJ, this is where he is fated to shine with groups. And this is where Brittany's Aquarius moon, this is why she is saying, okay, this is where I want to go, because this is where she is reflecting. And during the missing event, Brittany's Aquarius moon was being activated. It was being activated during the missing event. So, and that's why you see the missing Hygeia. The missing Hygeia in Aquarius was here, and it was in a good standing with the South Node where Layla's been before, or where we've been before.
Right.
So
is this Yuma Road in Gate City or Richmond?
Gate City. That's
Gate City.
Gate City.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm looking at it on the map right now to see. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of woods over here.
Right.
Pine Ridge. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a There's a lot of wooded areas. Are these railroad tracks that I see? Looks like railroad tracks, maybe.
I probably could be.
Yeah, I see Pine Ridge and Cowan Gap. There's a Cowan Branch Baptist Church. It looks like there's a railroad tracks that go right, like almost parallel with Yuma Road that I'm just looking at right now. Yeah, see, it's eerie how similar this is to Cherry's case with this whole railroad track thing and the woods on one side and the house. It's literally almost the exact same. Let me see.
Wow.
It looks like a railroad right there.
Yeah, so this is in Weber City, it looks like.
Okay.
Weber City.
Yeah, I see that. Weber City. Let me see. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of. Okay, I see Weber City. There's a lot of. Okay, now I see where you're at. So that's a bit. Yeah, Norfolk Holston River. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take
the
R.
Holston River.
I'll take R over here. No problem. I mean,
Where?
Yeah, Jen, if there's anything in particular where you're like, if you're getting anything off of here, Virginia's even closer. So, I mean, that's really
Looks
not
like
far.
I've got a hot spot right through here.
Oh, yeah, that's the river I just talked about. Yeah, the Norfolk River. Yep.
So this is Newland Holler Road, Long Ridge Road. And you can see that the state of Tennessee, that third house, Hygeia and Aquarius. This is, where communications are coming in, but there's things that we don't see here. So there could be a containment here.
Right.
Okay.
It would be there would be a containment.
Which
with the
was
state of
mentioned.
Tennessee, which is, So it would be like going this way. Let me show it. It'd be more or less going this way off of 126 State Route 614 in Weber City, Virginia.
That's right next to the river. Okay. Yeah, that's right next to the river.
This would be a containment here in the river.
Which
because
R
the
can
state of
do.
Tennessee, because the state of Tennessee is showing that there is a challenge with Neptune and Scorpio. So if they have a challenge with their Neptune and Scorpio, well, that could mean that there's a containment here, And this is also where GJ, her dad, Layla's dad, he is having a shakeup in Scorpio that is squaring his first house. There's a divine justice here. So again, the Scorpio squares are showing that it could be a containment here or anywhere on this angle. And then the TBI is here. TBI, this is where the dark moon in Virgo, fifth house of kids and publicity is fated with their south node. So they could have been here before. This is definitely a fated area for the TBI. So we see all of them. The only person that I don't see is Jennifer. But I think Jennifer is over. I don't know. I would have to see if she is for sure. Yeah, and she's shining going this way. I don't see her shining when her daughter is found. Unless, there's a major opposition with the way that she shines in Virgo. And I've seen her looking at places where she shines, but I don't think that that's where she would find her daughter, not where she's shining.
So Jen, you were talking about federal property, and there's a There's a you're welcome. There's a USDA service center, which is the farm, which is an FSA. That's in Gate City, actually. It's at 372 West Jackson Street. So you were talking about federal property. That's a federal admin office. And there's also the Jefferson National Forest. That's federal property. I'm just looking at like a list of federal properties because it's easy for me to get access to those because I'm a federal employee, so I could just say, hey, so I'm just curious. But there is a couple federal properties right there in Gate City. Just fun.
Yeah, I'm thinking
not fun fact, but a fact.
Right. I've got one right here too. Now this is where the Brittany's got a lot of darkness. Jennifer is holding the Mercury in Aquarius, where this is where she would be, you know, speaking to groups with the media. So I could see this. Layla's Neptune and Aquarius is up here. It would definitely be a different type of place that we're looking for. It would be different. Even possibly, oh, what's that? The post office. So maybe even around the post office up here.
Oh, maybe. Oh, and federal.
Yeah, that's why I was just Jen. Whenever you have a second, could you put me on her map to see where my search areas could be, just to
Okay.
see if they line up?
This is where the TBI learned something on Mockingbird Drive.
Sorry, the name.
I don't know. This area, this is okay. So this area is actually looking even better to me by the like this. If we were to look at this area,
I was just that's why I was
and
curious. I'm
there's
like, if you
Pluto
put
again.
me on the map, I'm curious to see if my lines go anywhere near here. I'm just curious because that'd be interesting if I for some reason my lines angle up with this after Brittany suggested this area. I'm just curious to see.
It'd be where your Aquarius, wherever your Aquarius is, you can see what your Aquarius energy is.
I
So
forget
we
which
got
one
Junkyard,
Let me see.
the Peters. I'm thinking that they live here too. Yuma Road,
I can tell you which.
Market Cemetery, Daniel Boone. I know that I've looked at all of this, especially on Daniel Boone Road.
I don't want your blanket, Loki. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mute. My bad. Bye, Witchy.
There's railroad tracks. Okay. So if the Saturn, let me see where your Saturn is again, Brittany. Right there. Let me see if there's any railroad tracks right here. Hold on. I think this is the one. There is railroad tracks here, so that would be a Saturn. There's the bridge. That would be a Saturn.
Yeah,
I
my
just don't
Saturn's in Aquarius.
I just don't see them bringing her all the way up here, but I mean, you just never know. This is
Oh,
where
yeah.
she could have ended up. I mean, you know,
Yeah. My Saturn's in Aquarius, my Midhaven's in Aquarius.
with an older man, she could have been up here with an older man. I know that the guy that does live out here, he is an older guy. I mean, seriously, he is. So
Just the way you said it was just like it was cute.
let's see. All right, so that's where I'm at, is right here. And I'm
Okay.
looking that way.
Is the person that lives there still like alive? And he's not that older means
Yes.
he's no longer okay.
Yeah, he's
He's still there. Okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
Then there's the railroad tracks. I'm looking at the railroad tracks. I'm looking at Brittany's line because that Saturn and Aquarius.
This is Virginia, right?
This is what Brittany is. This
Virginia.
angle with Brittany is going to where this angle is going to where she has a relationship that shakes her up. And that is Michael at that property where GJ and Jennifer are sharing a lot of pain. And she has a relationship here where they're
Mhm.
sharing a lot of pain. That's what makes me not go here and want to go to where everybody is sharing pain. Where Michael used to live on Packing House.
Hmm.
That area up there going into Arcadia. It could be with, it could be with Rick. I mean, it may not, but it definitely is showing going right over that old property.
Right.
So that is significant for Brittany. And then the Tennessee, the dark moon is going here. So all of us complaining, this is us. We are the people that are saying you're not doing better. You need to do better. That's the Tennessee dark moon line. This is where we are calling on them to do better with the state of Tennessee. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then this is where Brittany is having a lot of disordered aggression about things of the past. And
Hmm.
again, we're going right over the railroad track. So right here, let's look. There's a church there. Daniel Boone Road again. We're seeing the railroad tracks. And there's just a lot of.
What's the lead detective's name on this case again? Corporal. What's his name?
William Clare.
I'm curious to see. Like, I looked on their website and saw the agencies within Tennessee they worked with. I'm just curious to know if he's done anything with like any of the like Kentucky Highway Patrol or Kentucky State Police, or like if he went to Virginia State. I'm curious to see if he's reached out to these organizations and done anything with them. I would hope so, because you're so close to the border there. Even if you know these places on your map, I would hope that he would be doing his due diligence, because I mean, like in Skylar's case, they drove her across the state line of West Virginia to Pennsylvania. It literally, you're right there on the border. I would hope he would talk to these other agencies from these other states.
I mean, you would think so.
Well, we would hope so, but I mean, I don't know what works in the minds of some of these investigators. Sometimes I really don't.
Yeah, I'm just not finding, I mean, maybe right there, but I'm still not really finding anything. I mean, I could keep on going up. Here's an old address for Dishner.
And I'm guessing that's like a forest. It looks like it's like a heavily vegetated area. Okay,
Yeah.
you're right there off the highway.
Oh, that's showing Duffield. Maybe I've just got Duffield because that's I don't know. Industrial Park Road, Natal Mars, Neptune and Aquarius. That's in Duffield, Virginia. I think it's possible that both girls could be in Virginia, but
Oh, Holland and Layla.
uh-huh.
I mean, it's not, and I hate to say this, but you got to put yourself in the minds of whoever did this to both these people, both these girls. Just like
Right.
the border's right there. Again, this happened in Skylar Niece's case. They led her across the board from West Virginia to Pennsylvania when they did what they did. And they literally said, when the one in their confession said, like, oh, they heard like crossing state lines can ruin an investigation, which that's not true.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess it would also depend on like these people within Layla and Holland's circle. How much do they know about things in other states, and like would they like just what are their connections to these other states? You know what I mean? So that's one thing I would. Virginia's got a lot of rural areas. Virginia's got a lot of like places where it's like you can hide. Like again, someone could be just off the road. That's how thick vegetation is in Virginia. It's like in Nancy Guthrie's case when there's all deserts everywhere. The Northeast is extremely wooded, and the terrain's just it's treacherous in some areas too.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is the Packing House Road, and this is where GJ and Jen are sharing just a lot of pain. And the
Yeah.
state of Tennessee, this outer will is matching Layla.
Mhm.
The outer will, the things that Tennessee, things from the past that Tennessee needs to dissolve. So when we go to Yuma, where we were just looking, this is where there's a relationship for Brittany. It's that same angle, only now there's a relationship that's here. Now we're finding someone here. Who
Oh.
is that relationship? And I'm thinking that the relationship is Michael, or it could be somebody that was living off of Bancroft Chapel. It could be Jeremy Ring, who is deceased.
Right.
Um,
Mm.
there's a landfill there, Tazewell, Virginia. But I don't know. I keep going this way.
I mean, I hate to get like detailed here, but it's very hard to get somebody into a landfill, or at least sneaking somebody into a landfill because it's so typically they're supposed to be very guarded and there's a lot of security. But if somebody were to put somebody else beforehand, you know what I mean? That's what, and I hate saying that, but just like I'm trying to think of from the perspective of being like what I've experienced in searches before, and from the law enforcement side of things.
So this is the park that's in Virginia. This is
Okay.
a park,
It might be
and
is it the Jefferson.
we can even go back down and get right into here. Hold on.
You may have already said this. Did Layla have her phone on her when she went missing, or no?
No.
I can't. No, she did not. Okay.
No, she did not have anything on her when she went missing. Her phone got confiscated by law enforcement February 14th, 2023.
Okay.
So Layla was working off of other people's phones and things like that. But supposedly, when she was over at Austin Blevins, during the days leading up to her disappearance, it was said that she got her hands on like a tablet from Austin's and was able to get it going and working. And she supposedly had that with her.
What are the chances she had like a prepaid phone or something like that? Is that a possibility?
No.
No. Okay. Because
No.
You guys together even with a prepaid, you don't plan.
She communicated more on Facebook Messenger than like a regular phone. And honestly, when the way we found out that she didn't have a phone anymore was when she disappeared. We thought she had a phone because even when she did have her phone and her number going, Layla always used Facebook Messenger. So,
Yeah, if she had a tablet, that makes sense because you can always jailbreak a tablet. It's what's called jailbreaking the tablet, delete your devices. That's what people will do to get like full access. So, I mean, if she had a tablet, it could have been like jailbroken, so she could have had access to stuff like that. Even off Wi-Fi. If you jailbreak a device, you don't need to be on Wi-Fi to use stuff like Facebook Messenger and stuff like that.
right.
And I was just asking because one of my other canines, he can find anything with like electronics, lithium-ion batteries.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, if I bring the two of them together, I mean, I'd bring Gator from a protection standpoint anyway. Jan can tell you about Gator. So I'd bring Gator from a protection standpoint anyway, just because he's my golden boy. Don't tell Ara. I love her too, but Gator's my he's my protector.
Aww.
Jeff, don't tell Ara. Jeff's gonna tell her. He's gonna be like, I'm gonna tell her.
What is this? What is this place? What is this?
What is what?
This looks like a car lot. Or
Jeff, don't LOL me. That gives me anxiety when
maybe
people
a
say LOL.
junkyard. Okay, so this right here is interesting because this is where Jupiter is going. If I wanted to look for evidence,
could be a you pull it lot. Like, people like when they're done with their cars, they go to a you pull it lot and people can go in and like You pay
Yes.
$40 to like get cut stuff out of cars and stuff like that.
Hmm.
That's what it could be. Looks like something like that. I don't know how common those are in Virginia or whatnot, but we have a lot of them in Pennsylvania.
Lord, I feel like I just want to go where, everybody's holding pain.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I'm missing something. I'm missing something right here. There's something I'm missing right here. Let me turn on the address. No, the addresses are on.
You're talking about that house right there with like the little red roof building next to it?
Uh-huh.
The church? That looks like a church.
It does.
School.
Appalachian Children's School. Okay. That might be like it might be a church like a rectory right next to it or something, because some churches have like a lot of Catholic churches have like rectories right next door. Like, I think that's where the nuns live. I don't know. It's been a while.
I'm still wondering about this Lowe's, man. There's something up with the Lowe's.
Again, something could have been purchased there before anything was committed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I hate
Because as
saying that,
far
but
as-
like,
Yeah.
it's out of state. That's in Virginia, right? If it's out of state, I mean, people don't want to buy stuff in places closest to them when they're like premeditating stuff. So, I mean, maybe.
So if we take it to the AmeriCorps, this is where we're going. We're right here. From the AmeriCorps.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's the AmeriCorps. And then we're going across over here. This is, let's see. If she would have
I don't know. Maybe the investigators can check the footage of that Lowe's. I know we're a couple years now, 3 years, but everything's archived somewhere. Maybe they can check the footage leading up to see if somebody went in there and bought something that could be considered, that would cause harm to somebody else or be used to cover up something. I'd do that if I were an investigator.
This could actually have something to do with her going to get a cigarette, going across the street to get a cigarette. There was the dumpster at AmeriCorps.
AmeriCorps.
Then we go this way. Across the road and we go this way. But we just got to get out there. I just got to get out there. I mean, dang.
I mean, I'll meet you. Like I said, Jen, it's only 6 hours and 38 minutes. That was actually closer than I thought it was going to be. At first, I'm just like, okay, 10, because geography is weird when it comes to Pennsylvania and other states. Like, I'm actually closer to DC than I am like Pittsburgh, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah, well,
I'll come out there and definitely search for Layla and, Hollow. Maybe like you said, you think they could both potentially be in Virginia? I mean,
I think that it's possible, but I do lean going northeast because I want to see where there's a
Pain line
relationship, there's a lot of pain, and that's where I think that Layla should be found, is where the parents are sharing pain and Brittany gets a conscious raising experience with someone on that angle. And I think that someone could be, it could be GJ. It could be whoever it is that's responsible, or whoever it is that finds Layla.
Right.
Because, the FBI was brought in, I'm assuming, for this, right? Or no, not yet. I'm assuming they're brought in by this point.
I think that the FBI could have been brought in because there has been alleged leads across the state line.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so either FBI or at least, even the state police. I mean, they can work with Virginia State Police and Kentucky State Police, but I would assume they would go with FBI route. It's just much easier.
Yeah.
You don't got to deal with weird territory issues. So I found that on a Facebook post. I hope that information's accurate with the candlelit vigil for Layla.
Yeah. Yeah, this is at the Borden Park, and this is where you know,
Yeah, I went to
there's a
Facebook and
lot of
found that.
there's a lot of mourning. You know, we're there, even though there's no closure. There's this evidence without, without any knowing evidence to the parents. I mean, we're still just trying to figure out where Layla can be found. So Yuma, that's an area going toward, the Packing House Road into Arcadia, into Virginia that way. That is definitely something I'm really concerned about.
Right.
But
Think it hurt. I flipped them up.
Well,
but
I'm
you're
down to
still
search
on.
anywhere. I'm down to search anywhere you recommend, or where Brittany and GJ want to anywhere you recommend.
Stop, no more.
Search this area.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine 3 years that's a long time.
It is a long time.
Yeah, it has been a long time. And as I was telling Jen earlier, that I literally feel like we are still honestly in the same spot as we were 3 years ago. We're just catching up on like law enforcement time with real time.
Right. And I
Have
mean,
you talked to Fisher at all?
I was about to ask that actually.
Have you talked to Steve Fisher?
No, I have not spoken to him in a really, really long time, actually. It's been well over a year. I think when he decided that it would probably be beneficial if he stepped down from the case, just because there were so many, uh, antagonists and protagonists.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that
And
happened.
so he, he stepped down, and I honestly, it didn't make rather much of a big difference either way. I think in reality, I paid for more of like information. I feel like
Right.
because I feel that without knowing what we've known already, I don't think we would have been able to get through it the way we were able to. So, I mean, I guess maybe I'm trying to look at it as a positive standpoint.
I understand. I mean, I'm not one to normally defend SF, and I have our differences. We do, but and this is the one. Chen's gonna be surprised that I say this, but he may, because I don't typically defend. I mean, he does what he does, but like if he was meeting walls with like state lines, especially where he's not licensed, like he's not licensed in Virginia or Kentucky or another state or whatnot,
Right.
he may have been hitting walls. I mean, it just I get what you're saying.
He didn't like Brittany working with me either.
He probably won't like that, if I bring Aura down there, but it is what it is. I do this to help people, I do this to bring closure to families. That's what I do. That's what my dogs love to do.
A matter of like who can find the missing person, and it's almost like a competition for a while. And I'm like, are we kidding me right now? Like, this is not about like, I don't care who finds who.
You just want her found.
I just want it to be done and over with. It's not like we're racing for $1 million or a trophy here. Like, this is our life that we just want to move on from.
That's what I say. Like when we do our canine certifications, one of the organizations I used to certify through, which was before I switched, was USPCA. And literally, like, it's a trophy thing. Like, you get scored on points when you're doing your certification. And I remember I said to my partner the other day, I'm like, a bad guy doesn't care about your trophies. They care about, like, the dog, doing whatever. And the court cares about your certification, obviously, because I've had to testify in court. I'm like, yes, my dog was certified in this and this and this. But, I mean, I don't care about the trophy part of it. I want my dogs to be able to certify. I want my dogs to be reliable. And I have a great relationship, Jen can tell you, with all my dogs, which I think helps with searching because I can read them. I trust them. But yeah, I'm sorry that your family's going through this. I can't even imagine 3 years is like, I can't even imagine, but like you can reach me through Jen and whatnot. And I'm on Facebook, but like, I would definitely love to come down there and help search. And whenever Jen tells me to go search an area, I check it out. You know, she's really good at what she does.
Yeah, she is.
I never like I never really knew about astrology until I met. I mean, I knew certain things, but Jen's really put it into perspective. Like, I bought an astrology book like a couple weeks ago, and I took a picture and sent it to Jen. I'm like, Jen, you've like got me into all this stuff now because like I think it's fascinating. I think I think it's definitely beneficial. So I think what Jen does is great work.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
But I would definitely love
Appreciate
to
it,
come
guys.
down there and search with you guys. And Jen, come search this too. That'd be awesome to have you with us. Aura's probably not gonna like stop hugging you because that's just how she is. But Aura loves to give hugs. So, but the
So
one
does
thing I
my dog. It's the best.
no, the one question I did have, Brittany, and sorry, Jen, to like talk so much, but when that tank top and leggings were found, I guess two questions. One, were shoes found with that outfit? And two, did the sizes match up with what would have been Layla's size? And I guess three, what was the reason for SF or anybody not taking that in? You know what I mean?
She did not have shoes of her disappearance. So
Okay.
when she was at this acquaintance house, we'll call it,
Mhm.
where Michael originally dropped Layla off. Her name is Jen as well. And there was a situation that occurred there where Layla got robbed for everything she had. And that is
Oh.
why she didn't have any money, any shoes, or anything of that nature. Uh,
Mhm.
so when she called Michael and said, "Hey, I'm ready to be picked up," and by the time he got there in less than 3 minutes, she wasn't there. And they were telling Michael, "Oh, she just went outside to smoke a cigarette and she just disappeared," which that didn't happen. So that's what we originally had. And then that's when she went to the AmeriCorps. Now, according to the size, I personally didn't check the size.
Mhm.
Did you guys, Jen? Jennings?
We did, and it would have matched Layla. It would have fit Layla.
Mm,
So Jennifer Tenner's house, if let's
okay.
see, let me see if I can find it.
How did she call somebody if she didn't have a phone? Did she borrow somebody's phone to call Michael?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so here's Jennifer Tenner. So let me go ahead and pull up Michael because we can see Michael and what he said. So this is where Michael was transformed with things that he learned, things that he learned. And as you can see, not only is Michael there, but so is Layla.
Okay.
So this is where both of them were transformed with what they learned, and there's a justice here. And so
Mm.
that Astraea that's in Taurus with this transformation that could be about IV use, faded woods, values, possessions, things that are stolen, whatever.
Right.
This is where, so if we go on the same, if we look at Jennifer Tenner's, and if something had happened at Jennifer Tenner's instead of West Side Inn,
That's just the same Jennifer.
we are going this way. We are going,
She got picked up from
hold
Jennifer,
on.
didn't she?
No, she left. She walked with Philip Dishner to the AmeriCorps.
It's just interesting that
Yeah, we're
Layla
going this
didn't
way.
have shoes.
We're going
and
this way again. You see,
Yeah.
we're going this way again because this is where the justice is going to take us.
No, Stephen Lincoln.
And that's going towards northeast, right?
It is
Directionally.
going northeast behind Lowe's, which a searcher did go up here, but let me turn her on, the searcher that went here and said, I don't see anything. Yeah, so she would have, here's Ashley. She went behind here, and I wish that I knew if Layla knew anybody over here that it's like I'm missing something. I'm missing something.
Right.
So this area going northeast, I'm missing something because there's a justice. There's a lot of pain. This is also where Michael Layla's boyfriend, I mean, her boyfriend at the time, where he also has a justice going here.
I went to jail. I went to
And I
jail.
want to see the justice, you know?
It wasn't
GJ
long.
said he went to jail.
No,
Yeah.
this wouldn't, this isn't where he would, this is packing house. I mean, this is where they used to live.
Yep.
So there's a relationship here, and we just haven't found it, is what I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't know, because there's packing house right there. And then there is Bancroft Chapel Road. I don't remember who lives at Bancroft Chapel Road, but that's where you got a relationship, Brittany. You and George are right there, where his Chiron is. Who is on Bancroft Chapel Road? Was that Glenn?
Oh,
Let me see. Let me see. I just can't show the address, but I'm going to Google it. I'm going to Google it so I can find out who owns that property. It's on Bancroft Chapel Road. Let's see. See if I can find out who lives there. Melissa Moore, James Moore, Michael Moore, Tracy Walton. Are any of these names sounding familiar?
no.
Hammonds. Hammonds. Isn't there a Hammonds? Brittany, isn't there a Hammonds?
I don't know. I'm thinking. Hammonds.
The Hammonds brothers.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Is there a Hammonds? Could that be a Hammonds? Hold on. There's a relationship there with you that gives you a conscious raising experience. Huh. I'm looking to see. I see a Hammonds, Amber Thune. It's got to be a rental. Let me go down deep into it. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Shoot. Oh, somebody's got YouTube on. I can hear it.
I'm outside. It ain't me today.
I don't think it's me.
She said it ain't me.
No, I think it was Desperate Housewives playing in the background of my TV that just randomly came on.
Oh, okay,
That's
gotcha.
probably what it was.
There's houses here. Ridgewood Estates. And it would be interesting to know. Let me see. It'd be interesting to know. TBI's Chiron is here too. So they're sharing pain. See? Okay, so not only is Jennifer and GJ sharing pain, and there's a relationship here with Brittany, but so is the TBI. It's reminding me of, and looks like a bunch of trailers here. Dude, there's something that we're just not seeing here. There's somebody, I think, that could be here that we ain't seeing. So what are these called? What is this trailer park called? I guess it's called that. Hold on. Let me take it on Google Maps. Mobile home. It doesn't, but these are mobile homes. And I think that whoever Layla could have been last seen with, this is Ridgewood Estates. Large lots. Ridgewood Estates. I just wonder if they know somebody here. Just wonder. It's Bancroft Chapel Road. That's why that there's so many rentals. That's why there's definitely rentals there. So that is called Ridgewood Estates. Kingsport, Tennessee. Oh. Ridgewood Estates, townhomes? No. There's definitely not townhomes. They're manufactured homes, yes. Ridgewood Park Mobile Home Park on Bancroft Chapel. I have somebody's address there that would have known Layla. I just can't find out who they are. Somebody that knew Layla.
If you send me the address like off here, I could probably figure it out for you. Like a name.
Well, it's Ridgewood Estates on Bancroft Chapel Road.
So it's like a.
I mean, look, the TBI is going right over it.
Okay, so it's like a motor park at home. So it's like some like here in Pennsylvania, like it's a community, but they're like, I don't want to say motor homes, but they're like, I don't know how to describe it. Is that what it is? I had to step away for a quick second when I was listening to you. I just didn't see what the house looked like or what the property looked like.
Brittany learned something here. TBI is sharing pain. Is squaring a lot of attention, so they wouldn't be. This is where GJ his wound is found right here. And this is Bancroft Chapel. There's Jennifer's pain, GJ's pain, and we're right here. It's got me. There's Jeremy Ring. It's wild. Because see, there's a relationship with Brittany where George shares pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'd have to go all the way up and down this road to see. And I know that I've done this before. To see if there's like a pull off, if there's a back road. And I don't remember there being one. Oh, hold on. Let me see. I'm on Hicks Hollow Road. Let me find my little man here. I'm on Hicks Hollow Road. I'm right here. Okay, so this is where I'm at. It's right here with that conjunction. And there is a back road. There's a back road right there. Okay.
Okay. Yes, Cinderella, she does work really hard. I agree. Jen puts a lot of time into this, and it's very appreciated.
Okay, so look. Yeah, thank you. Okay, look. So this back road, it looks like it's going this way. It almost looks like there's a path going this way. And there's where there's a justice with Michael. And this is where there's a lot of pain. So I wonder, and this is off of, Bancroft Chapel. And this is Hicks Hollow. So this little holler is going way back in the back. This is a little back road. This is where Jennifer's pain is with Layla on this back road. Then we come on up. I don't know how far the back road goes. Where is Hicks Hollow? Hicks Hollow Road. Kingsport, Tennessee. I want to see it on the map. Okay, so this is where it looks like it would end. Right here. Hicks Branch. There's Arcadia Drive. And wasn't Sam Hicks? Doesn't Sam Hicks, wasn't he from, like, lives on Arcadia?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's right there by his house too. On Arcadia. I don't think that that's it, but no, that's not it. Sam is. It's in Arcadia, though.
What about Mom?
I may have taken his address off, actually.
What about Mom? What about me?
Whatever Jennifer learns is bringing her pain. So I like that. I like this area right through here.
Yeah.
And there would have been a breakup with groups with Layla here.
And this is again still going northeast, right? Yeah, it looks like it's still northeast. I think you're on point with this whole northeast direction thing, Jen. I really do.
That's a long driveway to somebody's house, so that's a no-go. This mobile home park, though, it's like filled with just there's an intense experience.
Come on.
I've got this line is significant.
Come on.
And there's the TBI. There's a lot of pain through here at this mobile home park. So I would imagine that Layla knows somebody, that they know somebody in this trailer park. That's what I think. And I just don't know who it is. Because that Pluto that is going to Jennifer Tenner's, and it could be Jennifer Tenner, somebody that Jennifer Tenner and them know. Somebody that they know. And they was like, let's go here. Then they went here, and whatever happened. Or whatever happened from if she left Jennifer Tenner, she could have went here. I mean, you know, it could have been West Side Inn. And then where did she go after that? This could be where they took her. I don't know. But there's somebody in this mobile home park. Well, she would have known. I think that they know. But there's a lot of addresses to look for, you know, and it's got to be like a rental, or maybe not even a rental, but.
You like to have it?
Yeah.
State of Tennessee, it says matches. This is their outer will. It matches Layla.
Okay. Carrot and noodle. It's carrot and noodle.
I mean, you can't really. You mentioned like you think we should check the areas where there's been like all this pain, and I agree. And it seems like a lot of that's in the Northeast. So I mean, I'm 100% for. You know, I'm 100% for it. So whatever you think, Jen, I'm on board to go there.
And carrot, you want some?
Yeah, I'll keep checking it out. You know, this looks like a property.
Brandon likes it.
Like maybe that could be like a. Looks like a house, the pool.
And these, I mean, Michael and Layla know somebody up in here. They definitely do. Let me see if Trisha is up through here. Hold on. Let me see if Trisha is here. She is. She's right beside the TBI. And so this is where there's a lot of energy. There's a breakup with the Woods. There's a breakup here. I don't see nothing except the mobile home park. Okay, let me see who else is here.
Well, Jen, I'm going to sit down because I'm going to feed the pups and stuff. But thanks for having me up. And Brittany, it was nice to meet you. And I definitely want to come out and search. But Jen, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And
Oh,
thank you
honey,
for all
you're
that you.
welcome.
Thank you
Yes,
for all that
thank
you
you
do.
so much.
All right, you ladies have a good
Nice
night. And I'll
talking with you.
You
oh,
too,
you
honey.
too. I'll definitely be in touch. Bye bye.
Thank
Brittany,
you.
I want to ask you one more question before I let you go here because I know you got kids and you got things you got to do. Hannah's Chiron is going here. I don't remember who Hannah is though.
That's funny you even mentioned her. I was going to inform you that she is actually incarcerated again. She is the one that has information or had information or came with information in regards to Layla and Holland. I'm just trying to remember exactly what the intel was.
So she is sharing pain too. So this could be that relationship with you is Hannah. So we need to ask Hannah who she would know in this trailer park.
Noodle. You like it?
Yeah.
Do you think that Hannah would have had anything to do with knowing what happened to Layla?
Probably.
Huh?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Okay.
I would not doubt it.
This is where Kiera has limits and obstacles with a vehicle or her anger. And this is also
I know she crashed her car into like a brick wall the night that Layla and her got the bad drugs, and there was discrepancy on whether or not if Kiara gave Layla a ride or not.
yeah, so look, this is where there's a lot of pain going here, okay? And look, this is where Nation has his Saturn, and this is coming. So Chiron is going to end up coming over this degree. This is where we're going. We're going here. So I'm really interested in this trailer park. I'm really interested in this trailer park and Bancroft Chapel Road. Bancroft Chapel Road, trailer park. Shane Springer. I mean, he's got a disordered aggression here. He's got a dark moon. This line goes to Steve Linkus in Canton, Georgia on the Scorpio line with the TBI. So there is a TBI. I don't know. There's something up here. Christy Dykes is here. The missing Jupiter is definitely here. So
There's
this
stuff
could
going
be law worthy, like for the DA. And we're going right here with the missing Jupiter.
right.
It says Rick's lunar nodes and Tennessee meet here with same degree as Brandon Dockery's 27 degree mine as well. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Because this is where the North Node conjunct Jupiter is, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, so it's this conjunction right through here.
Hello, son.
With the conjunction.
Okay.
I'm really interested in that that trailer park. This is it for me right now. So a little bit of work to do. I don't know if you if you could get if Steve Fisher would be willing to answer any questions about this trailer park
Yeah, I could ask.
or ask Hannah.
Shit. He knocked over the box of chips. That's all. Yeah, I can ask.
Julie is also here. Julie is also here. There's a breakup. Admitos 44 compass bearing, same as Layla's outer will, 12th house. Huh. So we got Hannah, we got Julie, and the TBI all right through here. Julie and Hannah.
Wow.
Let's see if we got anybody else.
I won't let you down, Mom Claude. So is that
Where is
your dad?
What?
Now, according to this map,
Steve Fisher is going up here. Of course, I don't know. I don't know Steve Fisher's birthday and all of that. So
Right.
Austin, his Saturn. So Austin and Nation both have a Saturn that's going here.
Okay.
And it's about money and pleasure, limits and obstacles. And like I said, I mean, I do see a back road that's going right here on Hicks Branch, and it's coming up here. Kiera's right there too.
Wow.
Kiera's right there too. And this looks, it does look like a back road. It doesn't look like there's any, I don't know, it'd be hard to say if there's any houses because it looks like a back road that
Right.
goes back here to a house, but it also looks like we may have a driveway or a house, maybe. I don't know. I don't see a house though. Hold on. Okay, there is houses here. So we got a Hicks Branch, Hicks Hollow goes up here. And then there's also a little road that goes here with some houses. But I don't see any more other than the mobile home. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to let you go so you can, spend time with GJ and your family. And I appreciate you coming up here and talking to us for a little bit.
GJ said thank you.
What do you say?
GJ said
Thank you so much. We love you and we miss you.
Love you too. Miss you too. And we'll get out and we just gotta plan it.
Yep.
Jeff said, Brittany, tell G I said hello.
Yes, I will.
We just got to make it happen. As soon as we get a little, a good little spot around here, maybe we can go and check it out.
Yeah, I agree. We'll make it happen.
Well, thanks guys for hanging out with us. I know that it's been a long stream. It's been 3 years, so we've got a lot to talk about. But I do appreciate you guys hanging out. I really do. It means so much to us because Layla can't be forgotten. We can't forget. We can't forget Holland either because there is definitely same people that Holland knew, Layla knew. Including Layla's cousin, so can't forget that.
they're way more than my girls.
Yep, too much similarities to that.
Never would have made it through life without.
Yeah, I mean, if Trisha knows Holland and Trisha knows Layla, there's a common denominator there. It's called Trisha.
You ready for some
I mean, I can't not make it.
Yeah.
It's a fact. So, anyways, I love you, girl.
I love you too.
Love you, GJ.
He said I love you too.
All right. Bye, guys. Peace out.
Bye.
See that?